like I'm meant to strike. Flat earth beneath my feet, knowing I'm here to meet. Ocean's edge, it calls my name. Purpose in this life's game. Horizons line so clear, God's love brings me near. Flat earth made by him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by his gentle sway. Mountains tall, they stand in place.
Yo, folks, what's up? Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Hey, PJ, what's up?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Oh,
Yeah, it's good to see everybody, guys. This is only a pre-show because the actual show will start in about 25 minutes.
good.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting because Natch is obviously an upward rising earther, and I am a biblical cosmologist, definitely a stationary enclosed plane as the Bible describes. So it's going to be an interesting discussion. Yeah. So we have 53 votes already. Stationary biblical Earth versus rising pizza. Biblical 74%, pizza 11%, space testicle 9%, and donkey 6%. But yeah, it's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Yeah. So PJ, are you recuperated from your 9-hour stream?
Well, I was recuperating while I was streaming because I fell asleep in the middle movie for 20 minutes. I woke up with Vicky on the phone, and I woke up like this, and everybody on chat was the same. I woke up, and I was like, I could feel, you couldn't see it, but I could feel the indentation of the keys on my forehead. But yeah, it was good. We watched the first movie. The second movie was, because we decided to do a comedy night, because we haven't done any comedies. So the first comedy we did was I forgot. The second one was fun with the no, sorry, not fun. It was me, myself, and Irene. It didn't work very well. So because I fell asleep through it, I decided to do, because I was only doing 2 movies, but because I fell asleep through it, I decided to do another movie, get rid of the middle movie, and do another one. And we watched Army of Darkness. But what was the first one we watched? Wow, I can't believe I've just forgot when we watched the first one. Airplane.
Airplane. Oh, awesome.
Airplane.
All I can say is rather you than me.
But I might do, because I fell asleep in the middle one. I mean, I'm not doing a big one. Like I was doing 2 movies anyway, but like I say, it ended up taking 9 hours because we did a few hours on YouTube first. But because I fell asleep in the middle one, I'm going to do, after you've finished all your stuff, I'm not guaranteeing it. I might do a boxing documentary tonight because Dave Banner likes boxing and that. So I might do a boxing documentary. Just an hour, maybe 2 hours boxing documentaries. I'm not doing a 9-hour again, just a couple of hours. That's it. But yeah, why not? Why not? But this is about you. Your debate with.
No, it's not about me. It's not about me, man.
No, well, you know what I mean. I mean, it's about the debate with Nachiketa.
Yeah. What's up, Roger?
Nachos and chicken tikka.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad Mexican drink for some reason.
It sounds like a cross between Mexican and Indian food.
Sorry about all the noise in the background. I have to mute because what we do is we make food for children who can't afford food at school. So it's our turn tomorrow. It's like for 37 children. So there's a lot of noise in the background. Sorry about that.
That's all right. It's all good.
Just as long as they don't slip and fall or anything and they catch it, the audio.
No, we made them some hot dogs and got them some chips, crisps.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of people picking on everybody's kids, dude. That's been going on in FED just recently, and it pisses me off, dude. If people start going after my kids and accusing me of what they're accusing,
that seems to be a norms though in this arena. I don't know why.
Me neither.
But yeah, I mean,
sorry
I
about
just don't. I can't see what can be brought up tonight which is going to make anybody. What is going to sound credible at all? I can't see anything an upward riser can bring to the table that will sound even credible to support their theory. I can't. I just
Well, at
don't.
the end of the day, they're pushing globe rhetoric. So
Yeah, absolutely.
It is. I described it to somebody last night. I forgot who it was, and they were like, "Yeah, that is sounds like exactly gravity in the globe." Like, there you go.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Hey, off grade. Good to see you, brother.
hey, good to see you guys. Yeah.
So PJ, how long were you asleep yesterday?
About 20 minutes during the middle movie. But even at the end movie, I kept hearing Matthew going, PJ, because I kept dropping off a little bit, dipping. I didn't actually quite go to sleep during the third movie, but yeah.
I just want to say to Sean Elk, literally acceleration is what's demonstrated when they let things fall. What do you think falling is?
Oh, Sean. I forgot. Sean, is Sean into upward rising now?
Yeah, he's an upward.
Yeah.
I thought you were a researcher, Sean.
Sean Elk, the upward vector is globe rhetoric, literally.
Of course
It's
it is.
general relativity. It's.
I mean, you have to then bring. You have to believe in space with an upward rising.
Mm-hmm.
Space isn't there. The globe isn't the heliocentric-ish narrative of it. I mean, surely you have to believe in some kind of space up there to be able to continue to rise.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Sean Elk, there's always displacement. Me sitting here stationary is displacement. I'm displacing the air around me.
Everything is displacing something. Everything is displacing something.
Nothing can take up the same space.
No.
Oh, man.
It's hard. It is,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, even in sci-fi terms, like if two people take up the same space, the same atoms, then something weird happens to them in sci-fi movies. You know what I mean? They know that much.
But yeah, you guys can believe what you want. All I know is it's idiotic.
I believe pollen gets pulled up to bumblebees from the air and sticks to them.
I mean, evolution, when it comes to heliocentrism, evolution in the Big Bang, then evolution, the Big Bang tries to explain why everything's spinning and that. Upward rising, what started it up? I mean, did God just kick up the ice at the bottom, then run up the front, and is now continually running away from his own football kick?
No, it's Buddha. He's running behind the earth and pushing it, or underneath it and pushing it up.
But who's under it? God.
Buddha.
Oh, Buddha. I was going to say, because if it's God, then that makes it, you can't be under it. No.
Well, Nachiketa has a Buddha on his avatar, so I had to throw that in there.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh well.
You know, he almost looks a little bit like Tom Cruise, and Davy Jones mixed.
Who does?
Brian Cox.
Oh, Brian Cox, right? Yeah. Do you remember the guy, the flat earther? I can't remember. He died now, but he made a good impression of Brian Cox.
He's the Temu version. Brian Cox is the Temu version of Tom Cruise.
Don't. He used to play in He used to play in, was it Bronski? Or
I just want to play this quickly because
I think he was or something. I can't remember.
Because the upward rising earthers don't believe the globe pushes this rhetoric. So I just got something to play them quickly. His statement on screen while Brian Cox says it to him again. Okay.
Apple doesn't hit Newton on the head because the Earth pulls the apple down. The apple hits Newton on the head because Newton accelerates upwards and headbutts the apple.
One more time. Just in case. Just in case Dal doesn't understand.
Apple doesn't hit Newton on the head because the Earth pulls the apple down. The apple hits Newton on the head because Newton accelerates upwards and headbutts.
There you go.
You know, Leo's looking at it now, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
dude,
but
that's my point. You told me that Leo was leaning into leaning into. I actually did a stream on it because of this, because of the strength of that. The other night, you said that Leo was leaning into. He's looking at Rising Earth, but you said he was seeming to believe it. No, I checked out the video. He was just looking into it. He said there was plenty of problems with it. He thinks they're silly as well. No, he's not. He's nowhere an upward riser. He just looked into it. That's all. That's all. I did a stream on it. Honestly, on that video.
And he already saw issues with it. So.
Yeah, he's seen issues with it.
Which we all do. Which we all do.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, unfortunately, I've got to say it, guys. Flat Earth and upward rising Earth is literally a psyop. It's Flat Earth society.
Yeah. I think somebody thought I was drunk in chat because Bazza says to him, no, it's PG, he's just Scottish. No, I'm not. If anybody thinks I'm drunk, no, I am just Scottish.
Poor Rom. Rom obviously doesn't know why Dal doesn't debate me on this anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't come around at all. He used to every week, didn't he? For like a month.
Yeah, but you see, he got frustrated because he kept on showing he has to make up his own physics. Apparently, there's no such thing as a pull force.
I know. Well, Vara came in the other day. That's why I didn't do it, because it was on that stream, right, Roger? I was doing a stream. It was for a movie, but we did a few hours in. We did about 2 hours on in YouTube fast with the topic, and the topic was Leo, because I thought he was leaning towards upward rising. So that was what I did. It was a top. I reviewed his video. So because I was reviewing his video and it was about upward rising.
I do remember
Vara and that came in because Vara's leaning towards upward rising, and it was getting into a big debate on it. And I was like, look, listen, this is a movie night primary, but we did have a topic of this, but it was more about looking at Leo leaning into it when he wasn't. It wasn't to get into the topic of upward rising itself, but it started getting into a debate. So I had to say, look, chill out. We'll make a separate stream for this because this is movie night sort of thing. But yeah, no. He's definitely not leaning towards it. He's definitely not. He was just looking at it, and he already sees problems with it all over the place.
Yeah, he said I remember watching part of it, and he said that it's stronger than gravity. Like,
that was him joking. He was joking. Okay. He was joking about something. But I mean, like everybody, there's certain bits that you could say, well, that's a possibility. But then you look at the other. It's like, no. He already says there's too many. He says there's too many problems with it. He hasn't said it. He hasn't said he's an upward riser.
Yeah, Leo's got a square head on his shoulders.
Aye. That was the whole reason I did the video. That was the whole reason I did it. It was a topic just before I went on to the movie. But like I say, it was coming to the time for the movie, and Vara and that came on, and it got into a thing. And I was like, I had to stop it and say, look, we're going to have to do this on another day as a full stream, you know?
Yeah.
Look into the upward rising. Yeah.
I'm gonna start.
It was a good stream, actually. It was a good stream out there.
I'm gonna make everything in my room rise up and see what happens.
Sean Alk, we don't believe in electrostatics. So I don't know why I'm saying what's it filled your head with electrostatics. We
don't believe in electrostatics.
We call out electrostatics as well. So
no,
it's holding everything in place.
What is RDD got to do with electrostatics? Is that
nothing? Absolutely
nothing at all.
Or as I've heard you say before,
they don't even.
It's very simple. The fact you guys keep doing demonstrations of thing in free fall and saying, look, no force, shows you guys don't even understand what displacement is and how it works. They don't understand what an unbalanced force is. They don't understand what a net force is. They don't understand you do get things like pull forces. They don't understand you get things that are potential to fall.
The last demo I seen was still a bottle, but it was on a trolley going laterally. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's sad. And I just want to say to all the upward rising pizza earthers, if you want to be condescending to anybody in chat, there will be no tolerance for you tonight.
Definitely not.
Are there self-rising pizza earthers?
Yeah, Sean Alk is in here, Rom is in here, and all they're doing is literally insulting because they are, how can I put this, ignorant to physics. Because they listen to Daltardians.
But it's just...
And yes, I will call Dal a Daltard because he is a Daltard. Because he deals with everybody in Daltardian physics.
Well, in a derp, a deltard.
Derpity derp derp. It's moving because it's moving.
We're moving cause we're moving. We're moving cause we're moving.
No, I don't watch QNF's nonsense. The guy's just a.
Oh, I know that.
Just a
He's in the
troll.
troll
He's
now.
just a troll that's put into this arena to literally be negative.
Troll everyone. It's not just
Yeah,
flat
QNF
everyone.
is as, how can I say it, as relevant as a, I don't know, feather in Antarctica.
Feather in Antarctica.
No, QNF, I don't bother with that football. It doesn't. He
I
doesn't.
can't listen to him. Flats. He's impossible. I can't stand his voice, dude. I think he does that on purpose.
Yeah, but he's an idiot.
Yeah.
And all he ever does is misrepresent and strawman people. That's it. And then just call them, you piece of shit. That's it.
Yeah, people can have discussions and disagree on things, Angela, and still be friends. Did you know that? Yes, we did. Absolutely. But people don't want to be friendly when it gets into this, do they?
Nope.
I'm fine. I'm fine with being friendly with upward risers, but they kind of get a little nasty sometimes or condescending. You know?
The thing is, there's only if the upward rising earthers can dish out, they can receive. Let's put it that way.
Do you understand what I do in a day? I don't. No, I don't know you, so I don't understand what you do in a day. No.
What do you do in a day? I do a lot of things in a day myself.
Rob, no, Kiwi's not good at modeling anything. What he does is he takes globe rhetoric like sun, date, and calc, and takes a strawman AE map and then places people's what they say and misrepresents it and places it on there. That's called dishonesty.
Yes, DB, he certainly is. Certainly is.
I was on Discord last night. The guy told me the biggest proof for globe Earth is a sunset, and I'm like, all right.
No, the debate's still going to happen in about 9 minutes. I'll be going over to Natch's channel, and then I'm going to be streaming it here. But
that's when I'll get my coffee done. Then that's when I'll make my coffee. I'm just doing the changeover.
But we'll see what Natch has to say. I'm still waiting for Mr. Z himself someday to man up and actually talk to me. Because he's going to take me down.
After interviewing you as a friend, he's going to take you down.
It's coming for me. Ooh.
The new king of flat Earth, buddy. Just remember that.
Maybe you should try doing a different thumbnail. So no, some people do just keep the same thumbnail. It's all right. Some people don't do thumbnails at all. You know? It's cool. It's cool.
I would not want to be king of flat Earth. I'm just telling you right now.
It's fine. If someone just wants to, it's just me messing about.
Thank you,
I
Matthew.
just like to get different ones up there. Sorry.
Thank you, Matthew Eastman, for your $5 for chat. He says the Bible is only a few thousand years old. Give the world a chance to catch up. That's a good one, actually. Thank you for the super chat. You rock. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, I don't think I will ever be watching Jaren's content again. So
no.
It's horrible now.
No.
Especially how extra disgusting he's become now. I mean,
I wonder how he's going to. I mean, I know he's always been a glober now, but I wonder how he's going to adapt to the knowledge of the globe because he's been talking so much flat earth rhetoric for a while.
All he's going to do now is, yeah, guys, people are smarter than me, so I'm just going to accept it. You know, like all the
So after acting like a really alpha type of dude, he's got to sit down and be a cuckold. Boy, Jerry, who's that? It's some dude that puts an ism next to his name.
But remember, I told you the infighting is going to start with the TFE group. McToon actually placed like a whole thing saying Witz talking rubbish that he didn't get the internet 18 hours and blah blah blah. Yeah, they're calling him out on his lies.
Scripted.
Yeah, this house is crumbling. I guess the TFE is not really that cohesive, is it? Nope.
Now there's a lot still to come. Okay, let's see. See if I can go to his StreamYard.
I remember the morning they got down there, Nathan put out a little video of just the sunrise in England, big orange sun right in the sky. He says, "This is what the sun looks like." Ding. That was the end of that little video. Like, all right, I got it. It was easy. Hey, Anthony's here. Yeah.
He certainly is. And then,
Okay, I am in his StreamYard. Now we will wait when he says hello and all that stuff, and then we'll take it as whatever he says.
cool.
Oh, shame. QInfu's already in there calling me a POS.
Oh, you sure he's calling you it and not shouting you it?
Oh, he's shouting it probably.
Hey,
He's
Nat-
upset.
Whoa. Dude,
Did that? Sorry, that was me doing a Q&V. Sorry, did that just blow everything up?
yeah, wait, I'm on.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
I'm just going to.
my bad.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, I think so. And we can have the cams on if you like, or off. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. There we go.
Alrighty. So all is well?
Yeah, and yourself?
Good. So we'll get started in about 4 minutes. I'm gonna play a song. Like I said, I'm gonna play Conspiracy Music Guru. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, no, I'm all good. As long as you can hear me.
All right, great. So I'll put you in the back and we'll get started in 4 minutes. Everything seems to be working fine. And then I'll bring you up after the song ends and then we'll get started.
Sure, see you then.
All right, see you.
Well, okay. He's muted that side.
I meant to say his mic is a glowworm.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I thought that when I seen it.
And now we're just waiting for him and then we'll get it started. Should be going to be interesting. Look, the one thing I do like about Natch, though, is very calm and collective, though. He doesn't really get all triggered, I could say. But I don't like his what he's literally done to me, like in the past. All fine with me. All of a sudden, after he talks to Dell, then, doesn't want to talk to me anymore, kicks me off of his show, stuff like that. So
I don't get the hatred part. I don't understand that.
yeah. But I don't know if you guys, a lot of these people just go with the flow with whoever they're like, all of a sudden makes sense to them or whatever. That's not the way to do things, man.
No.
Okay, that's all done. So yeah, we probably won't be debating too long, and then we'll see if it's not late enough. We'll have a after show.
Now we still got snow here. You need to ship me some? I'll put it in a box, wrap it up in the styrofoam, and ship it to you. Hopefully, it'll make it.
Let's see. So we've got 106 votes now. Biblical 67, Pizza 12, Space Testicle 12, and Donkey 8%.
We're all fleas on a donkey's ass. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
The thing is, sleeping, upward rising Earth actually hinges on gravity, on the globe's gravity. So it's the same retardation as what the globe pushes. It's literally just flat Earth society bullshit. It's as simple as that.
I have two rocks here of lodestone. They attract each other. Does that mean gravity's real? It's a mask. Jesus Christ.
I was going to say donkey testicle, but the option wasn't there.
You wouldn't want to offend people, Flats.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's good to see everybody here. Please hit the likes, share the show. I mean, we got 140 people watching. I'm sure we can have more than 38 likes. What's going on?
I have no idea.
Who runs the Flatter Society? The Flatter Society members.
Wasn't it Leo Ferrari that ran it last? And I think that,
Yeah, I didn't see Angela insulting Pebbles. So. Okay. Let's see. Is
I
it going
can
to
feel
start
the
now?
love tonight.
He's going to beg the question, exactly, Tools. That's all they ever do. Because I accelerate the bottle forward and I see water go this way, therefore we have to be going up.
Yeah, but you'll never get to the cause of your effect in that regards if you assume it to begin with. Isn't that the whole point of the method? I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't really have an actual IV. They just assume something. They do correlation. They do exactly what the Globies do. They correlate things and then just make a claim that that's that.
Well, that's not causation. That's correlation.
Exactly.
Is anybody moderating or are you just having a discussion?
That everybody's seen. We've seen this photo 1,000 times upon our TV screen.
He's a cosmic cowboy.
Do we need to mute right now?
No. I think
All
we
right,
said
so
we could talk.
I wasn't sure.
So how's your afternoon been, PJ?
Oh, I was sleeping, to be honest. I was sleeping up till about midday, and then because I didn't come round till I didn't stop streaming till we started at about 6:30, I think. So yeah, about midday.
Oh, man.
Hey, Carl, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Everybody's in here today. Your boy's in here.
And 127 people watching. Fair play.
Good gravy. We're becoming
I'm getting 50 people at a time watching me on Rumble on movie nights. It's pretty good. Some of them I don't know, obviously, because they don't come in chat, but they're there.
When you were on, I was at work. I was just listening to it.
I know. I noticed you were. You did say.
I can't watch a movie and work at the same time. If I could, I would. You have a pair of glasses, put strings in, watch the movie as I'm going. Or I could get the metaverse tapped into my brain. I could watch it inside my head.
I think I've played that one before, Flats, and I never got busted for it. I'm not sure. Some of them I have. I get copyrighted every single video, but it's just when it doesn't affect you. Sometimes it affects certain territories like Belarus and Russia. I don't mind that. But when it affects like US, I have to change it, because the US is most of my subs.
I'm looking at Pebbles, her avatar. It looks like it from the movie, maybe. They should play that movie.
I don't know what
John
it is.
Goodman? The Flintstones?
Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, no.
No. I want to look at her channel.
No, Ryan got his way last night. He got Army of Darkness on, so I hope he's happy. And he fell asleep through it.
Did you like it?
It was all right. It was all right. I was kind of drifting off a little bit, but what I seen, it was all right.
Yeah, I own it on VHS, but I don't have a VHS player hooked up anymore.
It was different from the first one. Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Are they making him wait this freaking long? What kind of introduction is they doing?
I know.
And then this
Here we go.
ding, ding, ding. Hit that button. That's Josh Monday in it. Yeah. We need to start making more merchandise, PJ. I know a guy. Okay.
Hey, sorry guys, I just didn't want to. I wasn't happy because I might get copyright strike.
Namaste, everybody. Welcome back to Nachiketa's live here. And today we have Flatzoid with us. How are you today, Flatzoid?
Okay, and yourself, man? How's it going?
I'm doing all right. So you called me and Z out. So I'm going to give you the first move here, right? So that's why we're having this conversation today, right?
Actually, it was Z that says he's going to destroy us. He's coming for me. So I was hoping he would come as well.
You're afraid?
I'm so afraid. I'm shivering in my boots that I don't have on.
Okay, so why? So let's get started about like what you want to talk about. So again, the floor is yours. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, what's his issue? What's your guy's issue, though?
I have no idea. I guess we have some discrepancies about our beliefs about whether or not there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Is that the first thing to talk about, perhaps?
Yeah, like my belief is I haven't seen evidence that there is a 24-hour sun. It doesn't really matter if there is or not anyway.
Okay, well, I see a little bit of contradiction in that statement. First of all, you say that you haven't seen enough evidence whether or not there is 24-hour sun, and maybe I don't disagree with you. I don't know what you would accept as proof that there is 24-hour sun in Antarctica that will definitively prove to you, yes, indeed, there is 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And number two, you say you don't think it matters, right? It doesn't matter whether or not there is 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
No.
So if it doesn't matter, why continue to talk about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
We don't. We talk about the deception in Antarctica.
Okay.
So
we
call out.
Shall we go into it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. What I do is I call out.
I didn't mean to step on you.
What I do is I call out the deception in Antarctica, not about the sun being in Antarctica. I mean, like I said, I still haven't seen any evidence that it's a real sun in Antarctica because of all the deception.
Okay. And what kind of deceptions have you found so far regarding? And you're talking about the TFE, right? The recent trip down to Antarctica with Jaren and Lisbeth and Whitsit and everybody else down there. So what kind of deceptions have you uncovered thus far?
Well, it all started when Duffy created this whole thing. He already started with the lie, and then he even had to have Sean from King in Context and made an apology video of his lie and then lied in that apology video again. And we've just been seeing lies from him straight from the get-go till now. And all he ever does is preach that it's okay to deceive. And then we get Whitsit the whole time showing he doesn't stop lying about everything. And Jaren as well. And why should we trust anything that comes from even McToon or McKeegan and them in the first place?
Okay, so let's address these various issues one by one. So let's talk about Will Duffy in the first place. And then I think you're referring to his conversation with Kingdom in Context, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then basically, Will Duffy was, saying to Kingdom in Context, "Hey, are you going to Antarctica with the final experiment thing?" And Kingdom in Context said, "Well, I'm not sure." And are you a part of that or something to that effect? And then Will Duffy flat out denied it at that time, and then he later on recanted, and then gave kind of an excuse saying that it was a kind of a surprise thing, and he gave his like a excuse of. It's kind of similar to keeping a secret to your daughter's birthday party, and then you knowing the facts. And if your daughter is asking you if you're going to have a surprise party for me, you're going to lie to your daughter for the effect type of deal, right?
No, that's a total different.
But one
situation,
second, what? I apologize. One second. People are saying that the sound is no good. Flatzoid is muffled. You're muffled, Flatzoid. Can you fix your sound a little bit better?
Let's see if I can
Because it is muffled on my end as well.
Yeah, I don't know why it does it. It won't on StreamYard itself. It won't let me change my mic settings.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay. One
StreamYard doesn't
second.
work.
Because it's. Can I do the reduced mic background noise, please, Onion?
Yeah. Try.
Okay.
See if it works. Test.
Yeah. Is it better? Testing 1, 2, 3.
Because unfortunately with StreamYard, I don't know. My PC doesn't like StreamYard at all. It won't let me change any mic settings or anything.
Okay, well, I think this is the best thing that I can do. It's see, and then we can just raise your volume up a little bit, maybe to 111.
Okay.
I think it's about as good as it's gonna get. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, so let's get back into it. So Will Duffy is a liar, according to you, and then and then he did lie, and then Kingdom in Contact, Sean Griffin asked him to swear on the Bible twice. The next time they were on live together, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, so you were saying that I think you mentioned something about Will Duffy. Will Duffy is incompetent.
Yes.
Right.
Definitely.
So you feel that Z and I are overestimating Will Duffy's prowess.
Yeah.
His ability.
I think you guys give him too much credit.
Okay.
Like
All right. And what evidence do you have in regards to our overestimation of Will Duffy?
Well, let's first put the formal invites, for instance. Apparently, I was invited, but I wasn't formally invited. The guy's so incompetent.
Okay. Can you clarify that? Can you clarify what that means to you? That you were not formally invited?
I was not formally invited, and he has never contacted me to say, "Hey, you have been chosen to be invited to go to this TFE," whatever nonsense. His excuse was, "Oh, you don't have an email address on your page." Weird, because he could have just asked for it. He was in my chat many times. He could have asked for it. He even super chatted on Jaren's and stuff when he asked that super chat, which he could have asked, "Can I have your email address?" Could he not? Not to mention, he was talking to McToon way before then and gave him the list of people he did not have emails for. McToon had my emails for at least 2 or 3 years by now. So,
okay.
Incompetent.
So can I ask you real quickly? Have you ever reached out to Will Duffy yourself?
Why would I have to reach out? He was the one inviting me, not the other way around.
Well, he was, I think, like with the golden ticket, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but before the whole TFE started, he was inviting any flat earthers if they were wanting to go, any flat earthers. So I'm just asking whether or not you reached out to him, because you did have a conversation with him, didn't you?
And I still see it as a joke. The whole thing was a farce, man. He already chose Lisbeth before the thing even started. Everybody, you can even ask the people.
How do you know?
You can even ask the people that were on there wanting to go. He just randomly just kicks people off that he didn't. He already chose Lisbeth from the beginning, just like he actually chose Jaren and Whitsett from the beginning. This whole thing was planned.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can go into that, because I can't say that Will Duffy chose Elizabeth from the beginning. Maybe he did. And so far as I know, there were like 40 people who applied for the golden ticket, and then 20 or 10 of them went to the final final contestant, and then one by one, they were kind of eliminated, and then maybe Will Duffy already had in mind whom he wanted to choose. But that's neither here nor there. We're really talking about like Will Duffy and him not inviting you. Correct? He did not invite you.
No, not formally, no.
And then he made a claim that he did. He made a claim that he did invite you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what is up with that? Are you upset that you didn't get to
No,
go to
no.
Antarctica, or
I'm happy that I never.
would you have accepted? Would you have accepted going to Antarctica with Duffy?
No,
No.
because
Okay.
I don't take.
So it doesn't matter then.
I don't take part in deceptive practices. The whole point is what I'm pointing out is that he lies to people for his own gain, and all he's doing is showing his incompetence. If he's so incompetent to not even know how to get an email address, then what else is he incompetent about? Because it's simple. Everybody that claims to be truth seekers should not have taken part in this deception. I don't know how much more clear we can make it. Especially me as a Christian, as soon as we saw Duffy being deceptive and preaching is allowed to be deceptive and that God allows it, that's when you say, hang on, sorry guys, I can't take part in this. And would you agree with me that if no flat earther, if we call Jaron and them flat earthers, even took part in this, will this TFE would have happened? No, because they needed the flat earth. That's why they were begging people. That's why they did the golden ticket in the first place, because they needed people.
Yeah. I don't. I'm hearing my own echo. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Okay, so here's what I did. I did my echo cancellation. So you have me on the speaker, correct?
Yeah, for my audience, yeah. I thought it makes it
Okay,
louder for you
so
this way. Must I put it softer? You see? Does this work better?
yeah, because like my voice is being heard and being picked up by your mic, so I'm hearing myself a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, because I thought it's
Okay.
helping with you, because it can't. And my echo cancellation is on. Let me, if I put my mic up a bit, will that work? Is that better?
No, this is fine. Yeah, this is this is loud enough. It's loud enough. It's
Okay.
loud. It's just that I was hearing myself a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, and people are having issues. I apologize everybody for the technical issues. It seemed like it's okay, but we'll deal with it. So look, let's just talk about like Will Duffy. Like I agree with you. Like if nobody went to the Antarctica, but I suspect that somebody would go, even if it was Jaron, not with Sid or Elizabeth. It doesn't matter. Like he would have picked up somebody who wanted the free ticket to Antarctica, right? Now, would that have done as much damage to flat Earth movement? I'm not sure. It's all speculation, but probably not.
Sorry, what
guess?
damage are you talking about? There's no damage to flat Earth.
I think. Well, this is just my perspective. This is just my perspective. So my speculation is that when you have a big channel like Witsid and Jaron going down to Antarctica, that's more of a damage to their credibility and the credibility of flat Earth than say Joe Nobody, who nobody has heard of, and maybe they have like a small channel of 1,000 or 2,000 subs, and maybe they only have a couple hundred people watching them every time they go live. Like then that would have been a lot less of an issue, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why he needed Jaron and Witsit. It was the plan from the beginning. He wouldn't have just took him. That's why Elizabeth is fine to have gone, because Jaron and Witsit was there. If there was no actual flat earther, they wouldn't have actually done this. It would have just been postponed or whatever. They would have just made another choice, because it's like, well, we need a flat earther to do this. And if we just have, like you said, Joe Nobody, nobody's going to take this seriously. So that's why I said this was planned with Jaron and Witsit ages ago. I'm not sure Witsit really knew. I think he was more dragged into this. But I do say Jaron knew about this because he's been using this as he's out. I've said how long ago? I said over a year ago when this whole TFE came out. Jaron's going to use this as he's out. So what happened? Jaron did exactly like everybody said.
Okay, so like months leading up to the TFE, right? Jaren's been talking about the circling sun, and everybody knows that the sun is circling around the AE map. Did you agree with that, or did you disagree with that during that time? What was your position?
The AE map, and I've always said it, and I still do. I don't ascribe to any map. It's just the AE map's just a time and sun position map. That's all it does. It calculates the time based on position and day. But the AE map certainly works exactly. You can wrap around a globe. It's going to give exactly the same results. Again, I don't ascribe to it. I've never have.
When you say the AE map works with time position, are you talking about celestial navigation?
No, just the sun's position with the time. It's a time clock. It's like a sundial.
The AE map is like a sun clock?
That's what it's made to do. It even says it.
So can you explain that a little bit more? Like, how is the AE map working like a sun clock?
It takes known positions of the sun in the year and just places it on there in its relative position. So that's why you can take it and say, okay, in winter time, in this time, a GP would be around this place because it's observed to be there.
The AE. Okay, so do you believe the sun is triangulable? Let's start with that.
No, because the sun, I don't think.
No?
I think it's an apparent position. I don't think it's a physical thing.
Okay, so this apparent sun, how is it positioned on the AE map?
Where it says it would be when you calculate it with the time and position.
Right. So like, do you subscribe to, let's say, like a sun calc or date and time, those type of, not at all?
No, those things are
Do you think
totally
they're
off.
inaccurate?
Yes, I actually did some observations of sunrise and sunset this last December, and it showed 5 degrees off.
Can you repeat that? You got muffled one more time.
I actually did some observations of sunrise and sunset this December, which showed the sun's position was 5 degrees off of what Sun Calculate says.
Oh, really? Okay, that's very interesting. And so you went. I mean, you're in Africa, South Africa, correct?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell us exactly where you are. And then you went to the coast or somewhere in Africa, South Africa, and you actually tested whether or not SunCalc is on or off. Okay, can you tell us a little bit more about what you did?
Well, it was a bit overcast most days, but eventually I got on the third attempt. I got the sunrise using a compass to show the sunrise and show what the globe predicts, or the sun calc, which is 118 degrees southeast, and I got it 122, 123 degrees. It also showed light wrap around right around, which shouldn't be possible on a globe because it should be focused from a point. And then when the sun set, it literally looks like it comes back over to the ocean when it sets.
Okay, let me just jump in here real quick because you said that what the globe predicts. So are you saying that SunCalc is a globe model?
Yes.
SunCalc is following a globe model?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's very interesting. So so the globe model is off and SunCalc is following the globe model, but it is not accurate to individual perspective. Like you have debunked the SunCalc, right? Based on your observation.
Well, my observation doesn't fit what it says.
Yeah, so again, you have a video, I'm sure, about that, right?
I did
You have
live
a video,
streams, and I'm busy working at my video about it at the moment as well. Yes.
Okay, so you haven't supplied the video to the audience yet of your results of how the SunCalc is off yet, but you went down in December,
And
right?
this live stream
When did you go?
it, yeah, in December. I did the live.
When in December?
It was between, I think I did it on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
22nd and okay, so do you remember the data at all? Like, do you remember what you have? I mean, you wrote down like
It was
where
live.
the sun
We
is
did it
supposed to.
live. You can go onto my. You can watch the streams live.
It's on your
On my channel.
channel.
Yes.
Okay, I'm more than happy to take a look. You can share. I mean, you know how to share, right? I mean, it's better that you find it because I wouldn't know where to find it, right?
Gonna quickly get it. Mm-hmm.
So you went to what? I mean, like what part of
I went
Africa
to
did you go to?
KwaZulu Natal.
So that, yeah, like Cape Town.
No, KwaZulu Natal. It's in
Cape
Durban,
Town.
Durban area. Let me see.
George, Cape Town, Port Elizabeth.
No, it's KwaZulu Natal.
But what's the name of the area so I can
KwaZulu
put the
Natal,
sun calc?
Wongo. You can look. I think it's the latest one.
And you're welcome to share.
Yeah,
You
I'm
can.
just putting
You're
it
welcome
on.
to share that video with us. How you
There we go.
how you
That's the latest one. There we go.
Oh, Flatzoid, sorry. You are unable to share that on my channel, but you have to put it in the
Okay, I'll
private
put it in a
chat,
private chat, then you can.
and then I can share that. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. There we go.
All right, and then I will go to it. Give me a moment, and then I will share with that with the audience, and then I will share that up here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so the name of the video is the TFE Duffed Up Live Special, correct? And where am I supposed to go?
Well, like I said, so we just live streamed this from the beginning. You can just go through it.
Okay.
You can see because we were talking.
Can I play it a little bit on the fast side? I'll play at 1.5 speed, okay, if that you don't mind.
Where it specifically.
Morning. Young Blood Happy Gary, good to see you all. Yeah.
122. Go to 29 minutes. Go to 29
Excuse me?
minutes. Go to 29 minutes.
29 minutes, okay. 29 minutes.
It's around about there.
Here?
Yep, that was with the sun was rising, and it was supposed to be 118 according to SunCalc.
Okay, so this
Need
is
to know whenever you
100.
live.
So at 118 southeast, that's where the sun is rising?
No, that's what the SunCalc says.
Oh, okay. SunCalc says that it's supposed to be rising at 118 southeast, correct?
Correct.
On December when?
When was the stream now?
December 24th,
This was
did you say?
4 weeks
23rd?
ago. It was that time. It was 25th of December. This was on Christmas.
Oh, okay, 25th of December. And again, can you give me the exact location?
Uvongo, KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa.
Can you type it in? You're so muffled, I can barely hear you. This is really unfortunate. Appreciate everybody's patience. So let's see. Uvongo. Okay. So that is where's that? Okay, I have to try to find that. Can you tell me if that is closer to Cape Town or
Very far.
Port
This
Elizabeth?
is more Durban side.
Okay. I found Sadat. Okay, let me hold on 1 second. Let me get rid of this for a second, and then let me share. You tell me where it is. Okay, where do I need to go?
Go to. You see where it says Durban?
Yes.
Yeah, it's around about there.
Okay. Okay. So Durban. All right. So again, are we looking at sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Okay, so sunrise, we are, according to this, it says 5:53 or 4:53:57, and the sunset is at 6:58:25, and the degrees right now is at 117.31, right? That is just about the sunrise right here. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's take a look at your video. And then this is at sunrise. What time is it right here?
Oh, well, I started at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure. Let me see. Can't remember.
Maybe you can zoom in on your phone. It might tell you what time it is. Looks like maybe 5:04 or something.
It was before. No, I started before 5 o'clock every time because I was using night data.
Okay.
If I can find if it shows the time, but I know the time was also not exactly. It was like a few minutes off.
Okay. Okay. So shall we watch it, or do you have anything more that you need to say?
Okay, there it was showing 4:54. If you go to 29 minutes and 5 seconds, it shows the sunrise at 04:54.
Okay, 04:54, right? And according to SunCalc, it says sunrise is at 04:53:57. So it's very close, 3 seconds off. Okay.
Man, they really do. They don't need to be yanked around like this. Is stupid.
That's what the globe claims, guys. That's what the globe claims the sun should be. Let me show you where it is.
122, 23. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And there's the sun.
You know that's due to the.
Okay, so let's pause it there real quick. So you're pointing your clock right at the sun, and it says 123 according to your phone, right? Your phone says 123 just at the sunrise, or it looks like it's sunset, or is it sunrise? Is that sunrise?
That's sunrise.
Okay, sunrise, and according to SunCalc, it should be 117.56. So there is some discrepancy there, right?
Yeah.
So what is more accurate? Do you think you're more accurate, or the SunCalc is more accurate?
Observation's more accurate, obviously.
Okay. Obviously. Anything more you want to say before we continue?
No, that's all I got. Unless you have issues with it.
I mean, I guess the only question that I have is that, like the phone in the directionality that it is pointing, it shows you the degree, right? So if you change the directionality of the phone, then it changes the degree, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if we take a look at the phone again, we're looking straight down, and then so this direction right now, if I can't zoom in very well, but like it says southeast, and then this is supposedly the direction of the sunrise.
23. Oh
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, pointed exactly.
And you don't think that could be 5 degrees off or anything? That is
pointed straight to the sun.
Very
you can even draw a line if you want to. It's going to give you directly to the middle of the sun.
And there's the sun.
Even
you know that's due to the magnetic declination. That's why
you can even go on Google Earth and you can pick up that balcony and you can see exactly what it would measure from that balcony off. It's the carport to the carport, I would say. The roof port to the left is where the globe says. To the right is where mine shows, where the sun is.
Yes, but the other question then is that it says southeast, so it is rising from southeast as SunCalc
doesn't matter. It's
so
5
this
degrees
idea
off.
of what's that?
It doesn't matter. It's 5 degrees off.
Well, according to you.
No,
according to you,
to
it's 5 degrees
observation.
off.
Remember, this is the last time I did it. I did this like 3 or 4 times.
Okay, and why do you think there is that discrepancy? Let me ask you.
Because the globe's false.
Do you think the SunCalc and other apps like Date and Time and those applications are inaccurate and you are more accurate. So, like, why do you
No,
think they are
observation is
inaccurate and
more
you're more
accurate, not
accurate?
I'm more accurate. Observation is more accurate. I don't know why you're trying to defend a globe app, by the way. I thought you're a flat earth.
I don't think it's a globe app. I mean, I mean, like, it's funny that you are making these type of accusations because I believe the Earth is level.
I
Okay,
believe the
so
earth is
Earth is
level as
level
well. It's
first and
horizontal.
foremost.
I agree. But why are you fighting for a sun calc that's based upon a globe?
Well, so far as I know, these applications are, available for the public, and people do use them for celestial navigations, and they do need to be accurate. And so far as what I've looked into them, they are, they have to have the highest standard in order to be used by people for navigations and such. So I put some, trust in them. But I don't support Sunkel because I am a Globie. Like, I don't know why you're making that kind of accusation.
Well, the thing is, yes, celestial navigation requires a flat earth. Great. I'm glad you understand that. The problem is the sun calc you're taking is the data based upon applying it to a globe. So the measures are flat. The data in calculation is based on a globe. That's why it has the discrepancy that doesn't fit reality. Because in reality, it doesn't show exactly 100% correct to what the app shows. Because reality is reality.
Oh, according to you?
No, according to observation, according to actual observation.
According to your observation, that we have to take your word on the fact that that is 5 degrees off.
I showed
No?
you it's 5 degrees off. It's not my word. It's literally on screen.
Okay, so I have to believe that because, okay, look, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but look, it's like you're showing this camera to me. I'm looking at that camera. That camera, or I'm sorry, that phone could be off in itself. How do I know that it's calibrated correctly or not?
It's an iPhone. And even in my first stream, I even showed when I put magnetic north on and off, which the differences it gives. And by the way, before you
Okay.
say anything, that's a wooden chair it's sitting on. And it's
What was
sitting
that?
level,
Can you
and
repeat
it's
that?
sitting level,
Wooden chair?
and it's sitting level. And yes, it is calibrated.
Okay, so so this is a wooden chair. Why is that important?
Because magnetic field changes. If it was next to metal, it would change the reading.
I see. So this is not metal. Okay.
Calculate it. You gotta keep moving it.
23, 122. It's around about 122, 123, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
not everybody's perfect, Flats. They're not perfect. They can't get it right all the time.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to see about this?
No, you're the one that's got issues with it, not me. Like I said, I just show observation that shows the globe rolls.
Okay, so your point is that SunCalc is wrong, and so people should not rely on SunCalc. That's basically your position.
No, you can rely on it for navigation. It's for the means of things that it works well. I don't think anybody's got lost with it before, but I'm just showing the discrepancy to say, look, it's not reality.
Okay, so the reality is that they are at least 5 degrees off, and thus it just completely discredits any information that SunCalc has to offer.
No, I never said that. I did not
Yeah.
say
So
that.
so point is, so you're basically your whole observation regarding the sun and the 5 degrees it's off is that it is inaccurate, right?
My observation shows that SunCalc is off because it's trying to base its data off of a globe.
How do you know that the SunCalc is basing its calculations off of a globe?
Is that using
Do
a
you know
Nachiketa map?
where the
Did you just-
SunCalc gets their information from?
Did you just bring up a Nachiketa map?
Yeah, it's on a Mercator map, but you can use it on any coordinate system. You can make it into any shape, but as long as the coordinate system matches, the observational data, then it matches, observation.
And reality
right?
doesn't match what that showed on SunCalc. So it's not my issue. It's your issue that you're trying to accept a globe data system over observational reality.
My question again is, how do you know that it is a globe data system?
Did you see the Nachiketa map? Did you see the latitude and longitude?
I heard you. I heard you the first time, but but have you ever? I emailed the SunCalc people and I asked them, hey, where did you get your information from? And then they sent me a book. Well, they didn't send me a book, but they sent me a name of a book called Astronomical Algorithms. Have you ever heard of this?
Astronomical algorithms, go on.
Yeah, so astronomical algorithms, if you go through it, is just formula.
And what does that formula say?
Well, I mean, it's I don't really fully know myself. I mean, it's not like I can read the formula, but it is what calculations based on
On the Haversine formula.
how the excuse me?
Do they have the Haversine formula in there?
One more time.
Do they have the Haversine formula in there?
I don't know. But my point being is that the formula is matching what it appears to be observational data. So basically what you're getting at is that, well, it's globe data. Well, I don't agree with you. We're living on a level Earth, and on that level Earth, no matter where you go, it matches that data. It appears to me.
Not my observation. My observation shows that false. It shows the data on something to be false.
All right. So basically, we're going to have to just move along from this conversation. So according to you, based on your observation that the SunCalc is off, SunCalc is wrong, right? By what? At least 5 degrees, if not more. And then you also believe that it is a globe data, which is, I also think, is very strange. All right. So what else do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about anything else that is fake about Antarctica? What other things have you found that was fake about Antarctica? You don't trust Will Duffy. I don't trust Will Duffy. Okay. And that's fine. But what has he lied to you about? About you being invited? He said that you were invited, but you were not invited, right? That's a thing. So you proved that.
Yes.
I think they have different. I think they have different things in mind. But what else? Like he lied to Kingdom in Context, which I also covered. Which maybe a big deal, maybe not a big deal. And then he talked about what, like lying and deception is okay according to the Bible. But I think that could be. I'm not saying that it is. That could be taken out of context. Also, is that also possible?
What's taken out of context?
I mean, like at least from my conversation.
How is it taken out of context?
But at least from my conversation with Will Duffy, he said, and I'm not here to defend Will Duffy. This is what he has said, that he had talked about like a long sermon, 4 parts, where he basically goes through the Bible and said that it is not inherently wrong to lie and deceive because there are situations, according to him, I'm not defending him, according to what he has said. This is what he said. And so the question then becomes, because this is a kind of a philosophical question, is it always wrong to lie and deceive? That is the question.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes, because Duffy
Okay.
doesn't read the Bible. The Bible is very specifically clear. God does not approve of lying and deception. Remember, when it comes to the Bible, God reads the intent of your heart. If you're doing, let's for instance, someone like he says, someone comes in and they want to murder someone, the intent is not deception. The intent is protection. So therefore, it's not a lie. It's not deception. It's about your heart. God reads your heart.
Okay.
Not what the action is. Let's put it that way.
Okay. So that can be taken. That could be open to interpretation because, like, again, you are making an interpretation that it's what lies in the heart. So it's okay, more or less, to lie, but not according to the view of God, because God sees you protecting people. God sees you, doing good, using that so-called lie. Am I understanding you correct?
Proverbs 16. 1 to 9. The intentions of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue comes from the Lord. All persons' ways seem right in his own opinion, but the Lord evaluates the motives. Commit your works to the Lord, and all your plans will be established.
So it's the intentions, ultimately,
Yeah, intentions
right?
of your heart.
Yeah. So, like, so I just want to understand it from your perspective. So, when you hear Will Duffy say that it's inherently okay, according to the Bible, to lie and deceive, you interpret that as being that he is saying that it is okay to lie and deceive.
No, it's not okay.
I just want to understand,
Yeah, the Bible's very
huh?
clear that
No, no,
it's
no, no,
not
no, no, no,
okay.
no,
And
no, no,
that's what
no,
I'm
no.
saying. I
That's
don't
not
agree
what I'm
with him.
asking. I asked you, according to your perspective, your interpretation of what Will Duffy is saying, according to your definite, like you're listening to Will Duffy. He's speaking, right? He's speaking, and then he is giving a sermon, and he says, quote unquote, it's inherently okay, according to the Bible, to lie and deceive.
Yes,
So when you hear those words come out of Will Duffy, you're hearing him say that it is okay, according to the Bible, to lie and deceive.
that's what he says.
Correct?
Yeah, there's no misrepresentation. If he says that's what the Bible says, that's what he says the Bible says. But then again, he also says the crust of the earth is the firmament.
Yes, yes. He doesn't say that only. McToon has said that over in Kingdom in Context, and Bob Enyart has also made those kind of claims. So, what is your interpretation of that word rakia?
Rakia has no interpretation. It's based on Rakia.
I asked you, what is your
There is no
interpretation of that word?
interpretation on it. It's etymology. There's no interpretation needed. When Will Duffy and McToon say it's their interpretation, as in the crust of the earth, it's because they're globers and they can't accept that the flat earth, that the Bible teaches a flat earth, and it teaches rakia, which is rooted from raka, which means solid, beat out in the sky, vault of heaven. Literally, there's no interpretation. It's said to you what it is.
Okay, so according to you, that it is it is a wrong use of that word rakia, what they're doing, right? So they
Yeah.
are misusing that word.
Yeah, they taking what rakia actually is, the etymology of and what it says, and claiming it to work with a globe belief, which doesn't work because they claiming the crust of the earth is rakia, which the Bible specifically
That's what they're saying.
The Bible specifically talks of rakia in the sky. Genesis on the fourth
Okay,
day,
so
on the second day, it separates the waters from above and the waters below.
right, and at least from what I've heard, and I'm not a Bible scholar, so I'm not going to make any claims, but I'm just saying from what I heard from what they have said, is basically the waters above is the ocean, and that is the waters above, according to them, right? And then the water underneath, there's like, obviously underground wells and all that kind of stuff, right? That's what they're claiming, that Rakia does separate and does fit according to that definition of what that word claims.
Yeah, and even that alone, it's really idiotic because, like I said, in Genesis, when it says the second day, and God created the rakia to separate the waters from above from the waters below, and then the earth came. So there is
Okay.
no water. Well, how can I put it? Like you just said, the crust being the separation between them, because the earth was already there. The rakia was put there to separate the waters. So that's why we have waters above in heaven and we have the waters below the deep.
I'm definitely
And
not
this
a
is
scholar in the Bible, so I'm not here to
yeah,
argue for nor against it. Okay, so that's not my that's not my tea
mhm.
here, but I do find it interesting. But I am certain that Will Duffy, McToons, and others who are so-called Christians and are globers will probably argue against that, most likely. So you're gonna have to talk to them about what that
Oh, they
means,
won't. They're too
right?
scared. It's too scared to debate me on that.
Okay, so let's continue on. So what else have you found regarding the fakery of the TFE?
Everything.
You can't trust. We can't trust Will. You can't trust Jaron. You can't trust. And I say that you can't trust any man. Really,
agree.
you know, let the evidence speak for itself.
I agree.
Right.
Every man a liar.
Okay, so go ahead. What else do you have?
We haven't seen any valuable evidence to show that they didn't fake it.
Okay. So it's like they have to prove a negative, right? So they did not fake it. We didn't see any evidence that they didn't fake it. So you're saying that they did fake
Well,
it.
let's put it this way. Why would they need to lie if it's true?
Yeah, I've heard you say that. Why do they need to lie if it is true? Kind of like space, you know, like we know that space doesn't exist, and then they send people to the moon and stuff like that. Why do they need to fake it? There could be some reasons as to why they could lie if it was real, right? Even if it was
Well,
real.
let me play like a bit of a conundrum to you. If you were a Globie and you know you had to go there and you saw the sun setting, okay? Don't you think it would be much better for them to think, okay, let's lie about it, because think of the chaos that will happen. First of all the textbooks will have to be changed. Everything will be shown wrong. All the governments will be shown as liars. Everybody will be shown as liars, and they'll have to explain themselves. Would that not be the point? So what would be better? They have to lie, or it will be our fault that all chaos ensues. Correct? Or maybe they were forced to lie. Or they were forced to lie.
That's a Well, no, that's a possibility. I mean, like, let's just presume that you're correct, that you know, the sun does set in Antarctica, wherever that is, you know, and the sun sets, and so everybody has to go and lie. And so what? Everybody who is told, who goes there, the people who are over at ALE or McMurdo or any of the bases that are stationed in Antarctica, and are they basically given a memo? Well, if you tell the world about the setting sun, then the whole chaos is going to ensue, and that's the reason why you should keep it a secret. Is that the line of thinking?
Practically.
So, so if they were in Antarctica and they had to, so what? Those tents and everything, they're just props, right? They're not actually sleeping in those tents.
No, there's definitely tents there. I mean, people go there on holiday. They do ski trips and skydiving and whatever. The issue is that even Jaron said, look, it goes behind this mountain for about 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. But that was in Union Glacier Camp Self. And then we even had McKeegan, when I was talking to him the other night, he even said, a bit of a faux pas, yeah, we recorded it going down, and then quickly went and fixed himself, saying, no, above. Why would they make such kind of faux pas statements like it's going down when they're saying it's not going down?
I don't know. I'm not even going to start, you know, trying to answer those questions, but I do want to try to answer the initial question about, like, why would they need to feel the need to lie if it was true, kind of deal, right? Like, why would they need to fake it, right, if it was true? So there's a couple things that kind of go through mine. Like, there's two line of thinking. One is that it is real. There is genuinely a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, wherever that may be. B, there is not, right? That's pretty easy to understand, right? So the people who deny the 24-hour sun, their line of thinking is that, well, it's not possible because the sun is circling around an AE map.
No.
Some people may think that. No? Okay, why not?
This is the issue I also have. You
Where
guys are
do I-
like strawmanning everybody and saying, because of their EMAP. It's got nothing to do with their EMAP.
Okay.
Again, I'm going to say it like we said all the time. It doesn't matter if there's a sun or not. The Earth's still flat. It doesn't take away the fact that we don't measure any movement of the Earth. We don't measure any curve, and we have an enclosed system. This is measurable. It's observable. What the sun does is just what the sun does. It's not going to change the fact. The fact we are just pointing out that it seems more likely that they faked it because of these things instead of showing us truth. Because of all the deception, why should we trust anything they present?
Yeah, okay. I understand that line of thinking. Okay, so like like basically it's a matter of trust issue. So like this is one of the things that people were bringing up. And again, I'm not trying to strawman. You're welcome to correct me at any time. So like the line of thinking for like people is like, well, there is no possibility of a 24-hour sun. If there were, then we would have like genuine 24-hour footages years ago, and a lot of them that we looked at are doctored or edited. And what's the best evidence that we got? We got Anthony Powell's A Year on Ice, right, Antarctica Year on Ice, and even that has issues with the 24-hour sun. Okay, so I understand that argument. However, do you think there's a possibility, because like for a very long time, would you agree, let me just ask you, would you agree, for many years since the beginning of the flat earth, and I would say the beginning of flat earth really started around 2014, like the movement of flat earth, the
The
recent
new
movement of
movement.
flat
I'd
earth.
say the new movement. There were flat earthers before that.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, there were flat earthers 100 years ago plus, and then there were flat earthers, but the recent iteration of flat earth began around 2014. Yes or no? What do you think?
Yeah, the new movement.
Yeah, that's what I
the
just said.
digital age movement, you can say.
Okay, the recent digital age movement began around 2014. And again, I'm going to name some names. It's like Eric Dubay, Matt Powerland, and then Mark Sargent. Those are the main ones, at least for me. And then Jaren came along soon afterwards. Okay.
Mhm.
So for 10 years, for nearly 10 years, we were all, not we all, but a lot of the people, probably 95% plus of who identified themselves as flat earthers, followed the AE map and the circling sun. It was promoted by Eric. It's promoted by Mark Sargent. Let me finish. It was promoted by Eric, Dave Weiss. It's promoted by Jaron. It's promoted by just about everybody within the flat Earth movement. Yes or no? What do you
With
think?
those names, the ones we all call chills.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's irrelevant to what I'm talking about. They could very well be, and I may not even disagree with you.
The reason I'm saying why it's relevant is because they've been called out about this many years by all flat earthers, and yet they kept on doing this. And that's why I find it really odd that those people that were the ones worshipping this AE map as like the model for flat earth are the ones now throwing everything away and trying to belittle all flat earthers that tell them this.
Yeah. So again, I'm not in disagreement with you about that. But my point still being, because I still have to get to my point. My point being is that it's been pushed by the prominent flat earthers, whether you call them shills or not, it doesn't matter. And then vast majority of people who identify with flat Earth, they follow that. That's what I want to try to get an agreement on. What do you think?
Yeah, you must understand a lot of people that just get into the subject, they follow a creator and then they're influenced by them. So a lot of people are influenced by their follow creators. That's how it works.
Sure.
But
This is part of what we're doing, like what you're doing, what I'm doing. We are quote unquote influencers because we get online and we talk to people, and you have a certain influence of the people that you talk to.
Yeah.
I have a certain influence over the people I talk to.
Yeah, but
correct?
people still have to go on their own and just not accept anything that is shown, that's said to them. And that's why, unfortunately, you get a lot of
I agree.
fake and gullible people.
Whether you say it or I say it, it doesn't matter, because there are a lot of gullible people. So you have a responsibility to be as accurate as you possibly can. I have a responsibility to be as accurate, and that responsibility falls on every individual who put themselves out there. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Everybody's got a responsibility.
So, excuse me?
Everybody's got a responsibility, and that's why we call out deception. That's why we call out the fakeness in this whole community.
I think that's a good thing. I think we should be calling out whomever you might be. I may be in disagreement with you of things, but if you believe that somebody is being deceptive, you should point that out, and then you should show the evidence how they're being deceptive. Correct? I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So again, if I may try to finish my point, is that vast majority of the people for a number of years, 5, 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 years, even still now, they follow an idea of an AE map with the circling sun, because the very prominent flat earthers have been pushing it for a number of years. Now, for 10 years that people have been, let's just say, vast majority of them vast majority of them have been following this idea of the AE map with the circling sun. And because of that, and even Jaron himself, prior to the TFE, he was pushing the AE map with the circling sun and how the sun can go to Antarctica and do circles around and go to Africa, South America, etc. We heard the rhetoric over the months. Okay, so what if there's a possibility? I'm just saying, what if there is a possibility that the powers that be know where the consensus is within the flat Earth community? They understand where the mind is as far as the vast majority of the flat earthers, Overton window, right? So, thus, if they understand the mind of a flat earther, and let's put a percentage of it, be very generous. I say 95% plus follow the AE map with the circling sun for a number of years, and then they found somebody. No,
I don't agree
not
with you.
95%
I
plus.
don't agree with you.
Okay.
Most of the flat earthers I've
Okay.
ever spoken to don't push the AE map as a model for flat Earth.
Oh, okay. Most of the flat earthers that you speak to do not push the AE map.
Nope.
What map do they push?
Not as a model. That's what I'm saying. Nobody pushes a map as a model. We've been very clear on this for many years. It's a reification fallacy to try and claim your map as a model, as reality.
Well, I understand that maps and models are different, but do correct me if I'm wrong about that, because like map is like a map. Like you can have a Mercator map, you can have a AE map, you can have a bipolar map. These are maps, and the model is what goes on top of it, of the circling sun. That can be a model, right? So the map and the model are different things, as far as I know.
You can model a moving sun over the map if you wanted to, but that doesn't make the map a model. That's just you modeling something out over a map. No one's pushing the map as a model. Only the shills do that. And this is in my point I'm trying to make. The people that's been pushing the map as the flat Earth model have been spoken out against for many, many years. Those are the people that is literally now taking part in this TFE, how can I say, extravaganza, trying to defend it as truth. Don't you find that odd?
I do find it odd, and what I do find odd is that a certain model has been propagated, and this is my main point again, that certain model has been propagated, and majority, again, you understand the word majority, more than 50% is a majority, okay? So when I say in my calculation is probably vast majority, and I say about 95% plus, but I think I'm being lenient, but you're saying that that number is probably incorrect. So you can give me a better percentage about what number of people actually do subscribe to the AE model.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I have no idea. As I said, my experience, I've never
Well,
really
it's not 95% because you disagree with it.
No,
It's not 90%.
My experience, I've never really found anybody really attributing it to themselves other than Jaron and Whitsitt and Dave Weiss and all their nonsenses.
According to your experience. So according to your perspective, it's like less than 50% of the people who actually subscribe to the AE model?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
Like
You don't have a
said,
percentage?
You are claiming 95%
Well, whatever.
of all flat earthers, and I'm telling you, according to my
I
experience,
am.
don't see that.
I am saying that, yes.
So that's
I am saying that according to
so then
my
you have to prove
subjective perspective.
So then you have to
But
prove
you're
that.
saying that I am incorrect. So I'm asking you, what is your perspective on it? That's what I'm asking.
I've already answered you. No one I know has been pushing that unless they were called shills because they've been corrected and they still pushed it. And I think everybody in my chat can literally vouch on that. Everybody we've said this many years. And Jaron has been correct on this. Whitsitt has been correct on this. Dave Weiss has been correct on this. Eric Dubay, they've all been corrected on this. And yet they still push it. Why? Because they were planted to make FE look bad. Just like the Flat Earth Society is a psyop.
Okay, that's a different subject in itself. We can talk about the Flat Earth Society being a psyop. That's fine. We can get to that subject, but you still have to answer me this question. Like according to your experience and your understanding, right? Nobody that you know of has been pushing the AE map, correct?
Only the ones like Jaron and them, which you've called out.
I heard you.
So then why are you asking me to
I heard
answer
you.
again? I'm going to give you the same answer.
Okay, but like you don't agree with
No, I
me.
don't.
You don't agree with me.
How
Wait,
did
let
you
me
get
finish,
95%?
please. Let me
Let's put it
finish.
that way. How did you get 95%?
I told you that's just my subjective understanding about where I go and what I have seen going to different channels and what I understand about flat earthers and again, according to me, there are several maps. I've seen the Mercator flat map. I've seen, Awake So's flat map of the stereographic virtual reality map. Now, I'm not saying that they're incorrect. I'm here to just say, hey, look, I've seen different maps out there, but at least vast majority of the flat earthers or people who identify themselves as flat earthers, 95% of them, I believe, plus subscribe to the AE map, which also means that they also subscribe to the circling sun, at least for the number of years. Maybe not so much anymore, but for a number of years that they have subscribed to the AE map with the circling sun.
Well,
That's my number.
the
So
sun.
if you don't agree with my number, give me like some guesstimate about what you think is the correct
I
number
don't
is.
need to replace your guesstimate because it's just your opinion saying that. So why do I need to replace it?
No, I mean, like, I'm asking for your opinion.
My opinion is, out of my experience, I don't know anybody that does it unless it's those
Okay,
girls.
great.
That's it. That's my opinion. So
So that's it. Okay, you don't know of anybody else other than the shills who have pushed the AE model. Okay, great.
well, people
Okay,
that
so
push
you
it
can't
like
put
that,
any
I
percentage
do.
on it.
People that do push it like that, I do kind of speak out against them. So
All right. So my point is this, according to my perspective, and because of my perspective of the 95% of the people who basically subscribe to the AE model, right? AE map with the circling sun, that they found an opportunity. And I think this opportunity was already like kind of like a Trojan horse type of situation. This is my theory. My theory is that they already knew that people were subscribed to it, and thus they allowed people to subscribe to it. And one of the ways in which they allow people to continue to subscribe to it is by making Antarctica kind of like a mysterious place, because we can't go to Antarctica. It's all pogos. It's privately owned, government operated companies down there, like White Desert, ALE. All of these people who are owners of these companies are working for the government, more or less.
well,
Okay, they're privately owned, government operated.
well, you can go. You just need a lot of money. They've made it inaccessible to normies. That's it. So you have to be kind of rich and have contacts probably to get where
Yeah,
you want to do. If you don't do that, then you're not going to get anywhere. And this is also one of the things why
sure.
everybody says Duffy is part of the club.
Right. So again, do you believe that there are rich flat earthers out there? Are there
Oh
rich
yeah, yeah,
flat
yeah.
earthers?
Obviously,
Yeah. So do you think if they paid $31,500 to go to Antarctica, do you think they are capable of seeing the 24-hour sun there or not?
yes. I have no issue with that. Like I said, it's not about the 24-hour sun being there or not. This whole TFE is a farce. It's literally created to make flat earth to try and seem like it's idiotic. And the thing is,
Yeah.
they've used the shells that were planted in there to try out this. So we're calling out the deception. We don't give a damn if the sun's there or not. It doesn't change the fact of anything. We have to call the deception out so people can see when this mockumentary will come out. They'll see this has been called. It's taken to task.
Okay. Do you think there's any possibility? Because, like, just to finish my point, is that I think that it was a kind of something of a plan to push a certain model and then debunk the model with the TFE. This is the way I look at it. And then so, like, the whole idea of debunking the circling sun on an AE map was done with a TFE, and then furthermore, this is my understanding of it, that there could be genuinely a 24-hour sun, but do you think it's also possible they could intermittently toss in some things into the whole presentation of the TFE to get people into like the auto hoaxing? It's like, oh, there's something wrong with Antarctica and the videos that come. So they go into the direction that there is no 24-hour sun, right? Because, like you said, like no 24-hour sun, there's no proof of a 24-hour sun. Why should I adhere to the 24-hour sun? There may or may not be a 24-hour sun, but The thing is, I see a lot of anomalies about TFE, and thus the whole final experiment is, uh, you know, is like it's not really usable for evidence for the 24-hour sun. And so they go into the category of that there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Are you following me so
I
far?
still know why you're trying to push a 24-hour sun, whether it's there or not. Like I said, I don't give a damn where it's there. I'm talking specifically about the deception.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm talking about the deception as well, and
Well, do
I'm
you
talking
believe?
about
Well, let's put it this
why.
way. Do you believe there's a 24-hour sun?
I think there's more evidence for the 24-hour sun in Antarctica than not.
And what is the evidence actually presented
But
that shows it there?
well, what I go with, and this is just me, I go with like the Zetetic astronomy book, but that could be faked. I'm open to the possibility that they could be faked. And then I go with the sun calc data, which also show that there's 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And then lastly, even though I don't trust necessarily Jaron, Will Duffy, or Whipstead, or Dave McKeegan or McToon, but I do think that the 24-hour sun presentations and other circumstantial evidence of the 24-hour sun videos that have surfaced from Antarctica is evidence for me.
Okay, but I want to ask you about that Zetetic.
That there is more.
The Zetetic book.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you show me?
Zetetic astronomy?
Yeah. Can you show me where it specifically says there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
Yeah. Let me find it real quick, and I think it's on page 8 and 9. But let me just get it for you, and then let me share my screen. Let's see here. Can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just gonna have to zoom in a
Okay.
bit though.
Excuse me?
My days have to. Oh, you can't zoom in. Eh? That's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the sun's motion south, right? And then let's see. This is a good general testimony. Let's see. One, Correspondence E, Australia Intelligence Zetetic, and formerly a teacher said, when I stand with my face to the north, the sun rises in the southeast and travels from my right hand to my left, almost straight overhead, but a little front of my face. And then in the southwest, this is about the motion of the sun. Let me just get to, oh, this is a wrong page. I'm sorry. I think I need to go to page 9. Page 8, page 9. Okay. So here it says, now when the sun reaches the southern tropic Capricorn, it is summer in the south. Through the Christmas time, it is winter with us in the north. The sun's daily circuit is then at its nearest to the southern center. And so the midnight sun may be seen in the south at this time of the year, just as it may. Go ahead.
So may be seen, not is seen.
Yes. The midnight sun may be seen, not maybe. There's a difference. May, you may do it. The sun may be seen.
Yeah,
so
it's not saying it is there.
Not
it's
may
saying
be
it's
seen.
may, and this is based on testimonials.
So you're saying it may be seen, like could be seen, like, or are you saying that
Yeah.
the word here, it may be seen?
Yes. because
You
it's
may
based-
do it.
Remember,
You
this is
may.
based on testimonials.
There's a space between a may and a be.
This is-
There's a space between a may and a
This is
be.
based on testimonials, and they're saying even if you go read the Flat Earth Society people you guys are following, they say that yes, it may be seen based on the testimonial that you'll see a midnight sun.
May, yes, it may
So
be
is that
seen.
you
Yes,
do
okay.
see it or may? You maybe or do. Which one is it?
So okay, so you're semantically speaking, you're saying that because they say as it may be seen, you're saying that it is not exactly it is seen. It could be seen, but we don't
Let's
know.
put it this way.
Is
Another
that
way.
what you're
Let's put it
getting at?
another way.
Semantically
Did they
speaking?
see it, or are they taking people's words that they might have seen it?
Well, I think according to this, they are accepting what people say that they have seen about it. So that's why they are wording it
And
this
this is
way,
my whole
because
point.
it's not
And
the
this-
people who wrote it.
And this is my whole point.
Let me finish.
Globers say they go to
Let
space.
me finish.
Trust me, bro. I'm saying we go to space.
Yes,
those
it is
people-
true.
Those people
It is
say-
true. It is true that it could be written in or understood that way, that the people who have written this book wasn't the ones that actually went to Antarctica, but they did trust the people who go there to report to them that what they saw was indeed the 24-hour sun. Yes, I concede that you are correct in that sense. So there's a lot of trust me, bro, in this context.
And also what I want to point out, do
Okay.
you know the people that's saying this were Flat Earth Society?
Yeah, we'll get to it. Yes, yes, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll talk about that. Okay. Let me finish this point first, and then we'll get to that. Okay. So at the Midnight Sun, okay, so again, that the Midnight Sun was seen south was reported by the late Antarctic expedition. In fact, it was reported that the sailors played card on deck in full sunlight at midnight about Christmas time. See report in various newspapers. So, again, you have to trust the newspapers or whatnot. And then in 1898 until February of 1899, the sun is represented as well above the horizon so that it could shine down on the sailors upon deck at midnight, though not in harmony with the globular theory. This may be taken as fairly representing the fact of the case and as harmonizing with other known facts which have been reported to us both by Zetetics and globularists. So both of them agree. For instance, we have made inquiries from various persons. So, okay, we're done with that. We don't need to share that anymore. So, anything else that you want to talk about in terms of the fakery of the TFE before we continue on with
Yeah, well, I just want to find out that your
Flat Earth
source,
Society? Go
yeah,
ahead.
your source was now based on Flat Earth Society.
I'm not 100% in agreement with everything that they say, but again, it's hard for me to find anybody that I am 100% in agreement. I think some things they say are correct and other things that they say are incorrect. One of the things that they say, like there's two Flat Earth Society websites from what I found. There's Flat Earth Society like .org or something like this. And then there's another Flat Earth Society where Lady Blunt is, you can download her book, this zetetic astronomy and stuff. They say different things. As an example, this is another topic to talk about because you are in disagreement about the rising Earth, and I think this is another category, another topic for us to talk about. But like one of the Flat Earth Society is talking about they no longer believe that the Earth is rising. They actually believe that Earth is stationary. The other one believes that the Earth is rising at an accelerating rate, which I don't necessarily agree with. But go ahead if you have any thoughts on the Flat Earth Society that you want to share with us.
Would you agree that Flat Earth Society is controlled opposition?
I do not know. They could very well be.
Then why would you follow anything they say?
Well, if it aligns or true, it is true because, like, controlled oppositions, in my mind, it's not like what they say is 100% not true and 100% is true. That's not the way they operate. They mix truth and the lies together. So trying to listen in on anybody, and then like for example, you and I, we could be called controlled opposition by somebody, could we not?
Yeah, but the point is, if anybody
Okay,
is
so
part of a psyop, you shouldn't trust anything they say, even if they put half truths into it.
Well, not necessarily. It has to match other things because I do believe in what is called like cross-referencing. So, you could say something that I might disagree with, but I might have to cross-reference that with other people and other sets of information, data points, and then I get to a point where it's like, wait a minute, actually, I might be wrong, and Flatzoid could be right about that, and there's more than enough evidence to show that he's being correct about it. So, just because I may not agree with you about certain things, that doesn't mean I'm going to disagree with you about everything.
Yeah. No, I agree. You can't agree with everything. But why specifically
So
do you believe the Earth's rising, though?
Because of how because how forces work on the plane. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the stationary Earth versus rising Earth, right?
Yeah.
So you believe the Earth is stationary,
Yes, it's observed.
okay? And why do you believe the Earth is stationary?
Well, what kind of question is that? Why do you believe it's stationary?
You're looking around.
Yeah, because I don't see an Earth moving. I don't know about you.
Oh, okay. So the Earth has to be like moving unevenly, so that's the only way you're gonna believe that Earth is actually. I mean, obviously we can agree that there are earthquakes and stuff like this, but like, you believe the Earth is stationary because your observation tells you the Earth is stationary, correct?
Yes. All physics tells us it's
Okay, so
stationary.
physics. Okay, let's talk about physics. So, according to you, right, on the stationary Earth, objects are when they fall. When objects fall, when they fall, they are accelerating to the stationary ground. Correct?
Acceleration. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So there's an acceleration to that object,
Yeah.
to the ground. Okay. Then, what is the cause of that acceleration? What is the
Displacement.
force of acceleration?
Displacement.
What?
Displacement. It has an unbalanced force, and because the displacing the air around it, it has to move. I picked it up. I put energy into the system, and it has to use that energy up.
Okay, so this is so you would call that relative density disequilibrium, correct?
Yes.
The fancy word of buoyancy.
No.
It's not
The
buoyancy.
reason I don't use the word buoyancy is because that's hijacked. The globe hijacked that off of Archimedes' principle.
Okay, so what's the difference?
The difference is we're talking about the displacement ratios between the object and the medium. Buoyancy, in today's standards, talks about the gravity being pushing it upwards.
But we know that you and I both know that gravity doesn't exist.
I know, that's why I don't say buoyancy. You just asked me why, so I gave you the reason why I don't say it.
So, for example, like a water inside of a water bottle, you can float a cork on top of it. That's not being buoyant.
It's displacing it's Archimedes. Obviously, it's buoyant, but I don't like the word buoyancy. That's what I'm saying. It's just displacing the medium. It's able to support it.
Yeah, but it floats. It floats on that medium of
Archimedes
water,
principle,
correct?
yes.
So, is it or is it not being buoyant?
Yes,
Is
but
that
I
not
just
the
don't
right word
like
for
the
it?
word of buoyancy today. How many times do I have to say this?
I want to have clarification because you don't like the word buoyancy because it's somehow hijacked by the globe,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Correct.
So what word should we use? Displacement?
Just say displacement, yeah.
Yeah, but displacement can mean a lot of different things because, like, when something is buoyant, it means it's floating, right? If a
Everything
boat
always has
is on,
buoyancy. Even things that sink have buoyancy.
but buoyancy and buoyant are different words, are they not?
Same etymology.
Okay, so I thought the word buoyant means that it floated.
Even
No?
things sinking is still buoyant. It's just not buoyant enough to float up.
I see. I see. Okay, so things go down because it just goes down. Is basically
No,
the
because the
position that you're
medium's not
holding.
able to support it because of its displacement ratio.
Now,
Things go up
now
too, by the way.
as far as like, excuse me,
Things also go up, just to let you know.
you have what, 20 minutes? You say?
No, I said things also go up, in case you haven't noticed.
Yes, things do go up. Yes, things do go up. Things go down. The question is why things go up and why things go down.
Yeah, because of the displacement ratios.
And what causes that displacement?
If something is too dense, or in this case, the cup, you'd agree the air around it is not able to hold it up.
That's it.
Okay, so when I picked it up, I put potential energy into this cup. I literally had to burn energy to pick it up. Thanks to the law of thermodynamics, it has to be transferred and transformed. So what's it going to do when I let it go? It turns into kinetic energy and it accelerates. through the medium. If the medium was able to support this, let's say in mercury, it would hold it up. If it wasn't, like the air, it would accelerate. So it's transferring that energy around to its surroundings.
What about accelerometers? Why do you think that accelerometers don't pick up downward
Because of its net
acceleration?
force. Because of its net force.
What does that mean? Can you explain that to me?
When everything is in free fall, it's falling at the same rate.
So like a water bottle, like the liquid, solids, and gases, they're all falling at the same rate together?
Yes.
And that's why there's no displacement?
There's still displacement. Me sitting in this chair, I'm displacing the air around me. There's always displacement because nothing can take the same space as anything else. There's always displacement everywhere.
Wait a minute. Nothing can take the same space. One second. You just said that nothing can take the same space as anything else.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
This cup.
Nothing can take space from anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
This cup. I can't take the space of this cup. The cup can't take the space of me. I'm displacing the air around me, just like I'm displacing this cup. You understand this?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you do know that liquid and gases have displacement when you move it around, right? Like when you move around liquids inside of a cup, like side to side, there's displacement of that liquid, correct?
Yeah, and they are moving aside each other, are they not? They're displacing each other.
Yeah.
No.
So why doesn't it happen when you drop?
It does.
Drop this because it's all. It does.
Air and water still. They don't. How can I put this? If I have a pebble and I have another pebble, and I put them together and drop them, they still a pebble and a pebble. They're not intertwined. They don't mix. It's still displacing. When you mix your water bottle and you let it fall, you're still seeing the water and the air. They're still displaced from each other. The only reason they're not mixing up is because they're all going down at the same accelerative rate. It's like, let's put it in very simple terms. Let's say you push a car. It's quite difficult for you to do it alone. Now let's add another person. It's a bit easier. Until you finally get 10 people. Now you hardly have to touch the car to move it because you've displaced all the force together over the surface area of that car. It's the same with the bottle falling. You have what we call net forces. So when everything is falling at the same rate, those net forces have become zero because they're all going down because it's accelerating. That's a force. It's forcing itself downwards in the same rate. So therefore, there is no displacement as you place it downwards.
Would you agree that when you move like a water bottle in one direction or another, when there's a displacement, do you understand why that displacement does happen? Like what I'm asking is basically like when I move this water bottle in a direction, the heavier, more dense object wants to be left behind. I don't want to use that word wants to be, but it gets left behind, and then the less dense object gets pushed in the same direction.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Something that's denser takes more energy to move than something that's less dense.
Okay.
So it's just the same as saying it takes 10 newtons to push a car, where it takes 5 newtons to push a tennis ball. You understand? Because it takes more energy to move something that's denser or heavier than it does something lighter. That's why you have that displacement when, for instance, you accelerate a car and you've got a balloon inside the car and you see the balloon go forward. Because the heavy gas still has to catch up, and that's why it's displacing it.
Okay, so I mean, like, you have seen this video before. You must have, right? Of the balloon.
Mm-hmm. That's what I just explained.
I have a cargo van as the container, a helium balloon, and an apple.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a camera mounted onto the reference frame that I'll be accelerating. As soon as I accelerate, the pressure of the van pressing on the air creates a pressure gradient.
Okay, do you agree that this is something that happens?
Yes, it's
inside
observable.
of a van with a balloon and an apple.
It's observable. There's just one faux pas you guys keep on ignoring. Is that
Which is what?
balloon and that apple already displacing the medium around it?
Is that balloon and is that apple already displacing the medium around it? Yes, I would agree.
Great.
Okay, and then
And in which vector is it displacing everything?
which vector? Well, for me, it's an upward vector. There's an upward vector.
Where what upward vector? There's no upward vector observed here. All we're seeing is the balloon is less dense.
Well, because it's optical. It's optical. You know, like what you're observing is you're inside of the reference frame, but like there has to be a movement. Okay, because what this demonstration is showing you is that heavier objects. So the direction of acceleration is like towards the same as that arrow. Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So when you
With the most dense area.
move the vehicle in the direction of that acceleration, then the balloon is going in that direction, and the apple is going in the opposite direction. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So when you have a balloon and then you let go of the balloon and it's going to go up, and then if you have an apple and then you let it go, then where's the vector? Where's the direction of the motion?
The vector you got now is an accelerating van.
Yeah, but this is a demonstration about how.
Listen, while you still got the displacement of the apple trying to go down, and you got the displacement of the balloon trying to go up. You guys literally just ignore that all the time, because all you're concentrating on is the new vector associated with the moving vehicle, ignoring the already placed displacement vector by the objects themselves in the medium.
Okay, but like the objects are just sitting there, all right? I mean, like it is displacing what? The air around it, and that's it, but it's not moving anywhere.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Okay,
If you didn't fasten that apple to it, would it be hanging there, or would it just be sitting on the ground?
Well, we can talk about that. I mean, like if you untether that apple, right, and then it's sitting on the floor of that van, what do you think it will do?
It will just roll if it's not.
Which direction will it roll? Which direction will it roll?
It depends how fast the guy's driving and how the floor sloped and how the apple sloped.
Which direction will the apple roll? Would it go in the opposite direction of the arrow or the same direction as the arrow?
Same direction.
Okay, so if you untethered that apple and then you drove that van in that direction you think the apple will go in the same direction as the arrow?
Yeah. It's, have you ever accelerated a car before and you pushed back into your seat? That's the direction the apple goes if you had to untether it and leave it on the floor. You know why?
Hold on. Hold on. One second. The direction of the arrow is the direction of acceleration, as you can see. Direction of acceleration. So you're saying, let me understand you correctly.
Is he reversing?
If you untether that
is he reversing?
See the direction of the arrow?
Is he reversing?
Do you see the direction of the arrow?
Is he reversing?
Yes.
Okay, then no. Then it will go forward.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so direction of the arrow tells you which direction of acceleration, okay? So the apple will be going in the opposite direction. Just the same, it will be rolling in the opposite direction, but now because it is tethered, you can repeat this test over and over again. That's the reason why it's tethered.
Again,
okay? But if it wasn't tethered, then the apple will be... Okay, go ahead.
You're ignoring that it's already displacing the medium around it. It's already at an unbalanced force.
So what?
So what?
So what's
you guys
the point?
Keep on ignoring that and saying, you see, we're only going to look left and right. You only want left and right instead of up and down. Then you guys take that data, as you call it, and you flip it up and say, therefore, Earth has to be going up. That's called correlation based on ignorance, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So we're being ignorant. Okay, look, let me ask you.
Let me do it. Okay, what's a balanced force?
Flatzoid, please. Let's just take turns and answering each other's questions. If you have a question, I'll let you go. Go ahead and make a statement or have a question.
You've asked me hundreds of questions, man. I'm going to answer some. What is a balanced force?
Okay, go ahead.
What is a balanced force?
What is a balanced force? I guess a force that is, pushing up against each other, where they are, they become like a net neutral. Is that a balanced force?
And what's an unbalanced force?
When one force is stronger than the other, so there's an imbalance.
Great. So when that apple is hanging there, does it have an unbalanced force or a balanced force?
When it's hanging there, to me, it seems like there's a balanced force.
No, it's an unbalanced force. Otherwise, it wouldn't be hanging.
Oh, okay, so you're saying that because the apple itself, there's a weight to the apple, that's why it will be hanging, correct?
Yeah, it's unbalanced.
Okay, so what?
So that shows the vector where? Downwards.
Upwards.
No, not upwards.
The vector's upwards.
No, it's not. The apple, let's put it
Optically,
this way.
it's
Let's put it this way. I'm hanging this mug. Which vector is this hug hanging?
why is it hanging? Like, okay, so it's going downwards. Yes, it's going downwards. But why is it going downwards?
Because of the unbalanced force. The air cannot support it. It is seeking equilibrium. It's not.
According to you.
No. According to
to you.
physics, according to observation, according to
That's
tests.
optical. That's optical.
No, this is physically.
Okay.
I'm physically.
Listen.
Definitely,
Listen.
definitely
Flatzoid.
real.
You are being pushed up from the
No, I'm
ground.
not.
You're sitting on that chair.
No, I'm not.
Okay, you're sitting on that chair. You're holding up something. You're holding up an object that is also moving with you as the force is being pushing up. It is being pushed downwards because of inertia. Okay, but you're being pushed up. That's why there's weight to things. When there is no motion, there is no buoyancy. Flatzoid.
You just made a claim.
Flatzoid.
Wait.
You know that?
So your claim is that because I observe this cup, which will literally show it has a vector being an unbalanced force downwards, it means I am moving up towards it. Would you please go and prove that?
Yeah, and by accelerometers. I mean, like you can talk about accelerometers being that things are being all going down at the same rate, but in any other direction, there's displacement of liquid gases and solids. Okay, in any other direction. But why is it special pleading that in the downward direction that there is no displacement? And you're saying that there is displacement, but there is not.
There's always displacement. But I'm going to tell you again, this is because you don't understand the difference between a balanced force and an unbalanced
A slinky will only.
I think the whole issue comes from you guys don't want to accept that there's an unbalanced force when something is static.
I think the whole issue is that you do not want to accept the fact that there is the Earth is not stationary.
There
But
is
that's
no
just me,
observation
okay? And,
of
I'm
your
telling you.
claim. I'm sitting here. I don't observe a moving Earth. I am able to observe this thing. I can measure a weight.
That's incredulous.
I can measure a weight of it because it has an unbalanced force as it is forcing itself on the scale, not the scale forcing itself on.
Everything is moving up with you.
No, it's
you
not.
are sitting in a house, on a
Prove
chair,
it.
on a table.
Prove
They're
it.
all moving up together
Prove it.
by accelerometers.
Accelerometers.
By
And I
accelerometers.
just made my point again. You don't understand the difference between a thing that has zero net force, an unbalanced force, or a balanced force. So when an accelerometer
What you don't seem to understand.
when accelerometer falls, what is happening? What reading is happening on that chip? Do you understand how those chips work with an accelerometer?
Tell me.
It sends a signal path through the silicone mold. So what happens is it's picking up that is accelerating with a zero net force. It's at a balanced force. So just like when you take your water bottle with the water and the air and the cork, it's all falling at exactly the same rate. there is nothing pushing up towards it. It is going down to the earth, which is measurable because you can stand and watch the bottle fall. This is
Then
observable.
okay, but here's the thing: if you say that the accelerometers don't pick up because they're all moving down at the same time, then the object that object is not accelerating to the ground.
Yes, it is. It's measurable.
So you're saying that because optically it's measurable,
No,
right?
it's
have a
measurable.
phone.
You can literally measure things accelerating to the ground. Do you know what?
Okay, how?
Do you know when?
Show me.
You know what terminal velocity is?
Yes.
What's terminal velocity?
The maximum free fall speed
Ah.
is terminal velocity.
So is the Earth moving faster up when someone hits terminal velocity?
Well, this is my thinking about the how that works. If you give me a little bit of time to just explain. So Earth is moving up. Let's say you're on an airplane and then you do a skydive, right? And then you are decelerating, right? You fall off of the airplane and then you fall to the ground. I know you got that face going, right? And then as you are falling, the Earth is rising up, and then you're also losing momentum, right? Because you were as when you were on an airplane that was level with the earth, it was at the same level, so they were all moving up together. When you started falling at free fall, you're picking up speed because you're decelerating. Okay, and of course you hit terminal velocity because there is like pressure gradient, and then there's air that is kind of there due to the pressure gradient, due to the upward vector of the earth, and thus you hit terminal velocity where you're not going to go any faster. It's depending on different objects, of course.
Okay, let me try it again. When you jump out of an airplane, you are at 0 miles per hour. Okay. Now you're jumping out. Your speed increases. That means you're accelerating. You're not decelerating. You're accelerating. These are measurable.
But here's the thing.
These are measurable speeds. When you
not according to accelerometers. Accelerometers don't pick up the how fast you're falling. Accelerometers do not. But you can.
What do you think that what the skydivers have on their arms when they try and measure their speed?
They probably have some kind of a odometer or something like that. Right? Some kind of a thing that measures the pressure.
Like accelerometer.
So you're saying that accelerometers do pick up. So you can use accelerometers, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you can, because if you understand the difference between a balanced force and an unbalanced force, you're able to still measure acceleration in free fall.
Okay, so how do these accelerometers work? Because like on my phone, I downloaded an accelerometer, and it's not picking up when I drop it. It's not picking up any kind of acceleration. But tell me how the skydivers and their accelerometers work, where it's picking up acceleration. How do they work?
Just like an accelerometer should.
Okay, but like the way I understand accelerometers is that there are two parts. There's an inner component and an outer component. When they are displaced with each other and how fast it is displaced, the electronics pick up, right? The difference in that motion. When they're all moving together, then they don't pick up anything. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
That's how accelerometers work. Okay, so you're saying that they have an accelerometer where it is picking up the speed or the acceleration of their free fall, correct?
Yes.
So how does it work?
GPS.
Because it's different from other accelerometers that I'm familiar with.
Just trying to see if I can find something quickly. GPS and 3D location tracking. That's how they know.
GPS and what?
3D location tracking.
Okay, so they're using, let's say fake satellites. So, you and I don't believe in satellites or something, right? What's GPS? Like the kind of like a.
GPS doesn't require satellites. I'm not talking about satellites. I'm talking about they use GPS and 3D tracking so they know their speed.
Okay, so like so they have 3D tracking, right? So they have like they're covering up the space. It's kind of like how police use, like, you know, they
No,
have those kind of like laser guns,
no, the 3D
radiometers, you know?
tracking is just data. Look at it. Look at
Yeah.
it. Look at
So
it.
they
Look at it as a mesh, and each point is measurable. Just like if you
Okay.
see where people take a wall and, like, I mean, you guys did as well. You put the lines a few centimeters apart and you drop something and you observe, so you can work out how fast it's accelerating. That's what 3D tracking does. The data just takes that mesh from the GPS and it's telling you, okay, you're falling at this rate. It's measurable acceleration without an upward moving Earth.
Okay, so let me understand you correctly. So they have, the skydivers have a device where they can measure their acceleration. That device is linked to some kind of a 3D tracking device where basically
No.
it's sending
3D
them information.
tracking-
No? Okay.
3D tracking is just the data accumulated over the invisible software mesh they made when they're tracking them through GPS. That's it. There is no invisible 3D thing that you're trying to say. It's literally just data.
Okay, what
It's ones and zeros.
Okay, what I'm asking is, you are saying, you made a claim that when skydivers fall out of an airplane, that they have a device that can pick up their acceleration, correct?
And I just told you they do. I told you how it works.
Yeah, through the 3D tracking system.
Through a GPS, the 3D tracking software.
Okay. Wait. So the device that they're wearing is connected to the 3D software,
No.
right? Or is it
They call
by
it 3D
itself?
tracking.
It just works by itself.
They call it 3D tracking because it's spatial awareness. It's in 3D space.
Oh, so it knows that it's in a 3D space, and when it's falling, when it is falling, because you can drop whatever that object is, right? That accelerometer. You don't need the skydiver. You can
Okay.
just drop it, so it would know exactly what position it is in the sky as it's falling.
Let's
Oh well,
let's
I
just-
didn't know that.
Let's just imagine a box.
That's
Let's imagine a box. Okay. Now that box is the volume of that 3D space. The skydiver jumps out the plane. By the way, they sometimes move left or right. They go follow wind. So it tracks where they're going, what they're doing, if they're slowing down or speeding up. It's just data. And this measurable acceleration is without a moving Earth.
So that's what the machine does. Whatever that accelerometers that they're doing, that it measures, like you jumping off the airplane, and then it tracks exactly how fast you're falling, how far you're falling, all this kind of stuff, and which direction that
It
you're
even
falling
tells you
as
how
well.
far you are ahead of the ground, over the ground. Yeah, so you know when to pull your parachute.
Wow. Okay. I had no idea such devices existed.
Okay, so and what happens when you pull your parachute?
Well, this is my opinion. This is, again, I will speak for myself because I don't speak for any group. But so far as I understand it, that there is a pressure gradient that exists on the surface of the Earth. Okay, so the air is thicker towards the bottom and is thinner towards the top. And then when the parachute opens up, right, it catches the air particles, right, and it's effectively slows you down.
It's displacing, yeah. It's catching the air and it's displacing, so it is slowing down. I agreed. So not an accelerating Earth then, just normal physics.
No, I don't think the Earth is accelerating up myself. I think it is at a constant speed. That's just my personal opinion.
But isn't that
constant
speed an issue though? Because
also,
let's say let's take it back in your car example, you're driving. I can accelerate. I don't accelerate now. I'm just driving 40 miles an hour, whatever. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not going to give me any displacement function. It's not going to push anything back or anything, because everything's moving constant at the same rate. You literally have to have an acceleration for me to push me back to say, okay, it's giving that gradient, that vector.
Yeah. This is a fair question, and it's been asked quite a bit, and basically has been used a lot to debunk the upper vector. So this is my personal response to that. So whether you're on an airplane, whether you're on a boat, whether you're in a car, right? When you're going at a constant speed on that, you don't feel the backward acceleration, right? You don't feel the push so much. Initially, of course, we've all flown on airplanes, and when you take off, you feel the little bit of acceleration. So the point being, the steel manning your argument is that you have to constantly accelerate in order to feel that
No,
acceleration.
to have the
And
vector.
if you con-
To have the vector.
listen, wait, let me finish, okay? Let me finish my statement. So the statement is, or the ideal being is that one must be going at a constant acceleration on an airplane or in a car or on a boat to feel that pull, right? And if they go at a constant speed, of 100 miles an hour or 1,000 miles an hour, then they are stationary
No.
within the vessel. Within the vehicle, within the airplane, they are more or less stationary. You can go 600 miles an hour on an airplane with a cup of water, and it will be
But
still.
that's my point.
It will be still.
That's my point. Which is the vector?
Yeah. I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. Exactly. So the point being is that there are two vectors to be working. You have to be working with two vectors. One is that there's already a constant vector of the upward moving Earth, and then the vehicles on top of that are working on top of that. But so it is true for the vehicles on top of the upward vector that they would have to constantly accelerate in order to feel the pull. But for the upward vector, I think it's not the same story. It's not exactly the same scenario.
But okay, then just another question. What do you think the Earth is rising into, though?
I don't know. Like, what do you think the Earth is standing on, Flatzoid? If the Earth
Water.
is stationary,
Like the
is it
Bible
standing on
says, it's in
something?
the waters.
Okay, but how far the water go?
I don't know. That's an non sequitur. Like you say,
I don't.
you claiming that the Earth is rising through something, or is it rising through space?
I don't know. That I cannot. Only thing I can say is that it is rising. There's an upward vector. I don't know where to where it is rising. I don't know what it is rising into, or even what it is rising
What
into.
caused that
I
acceleration?
don't know. What's that?
What caused that acceleration? Because you need energy.
I do not know.
You need energy for it to happen, and then also it would be violating the first law of thermodynamics because it would need to slow down eventually because it has to
Was it?
transfer and transform its energy. So if it's not doing that, it is a perpetual motion. In perpetual motion, that violates the first law of thermodynamics.
Well, to me, it is. I don't know what is causing it. I will just say God is causing that, and then I don't know whether or not that is violating the first law of thermodynamics or not, because that is just demonstrable. Maybe that energy does transfer into other things. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
but that means
of this little
but that's
reality
my
that we're.
point. If it does, then it can't be constant. It would be slowing down.
Well, I do believe that the Earth is rising up at a constant rate. That's just me.
And
That's my
that's my
opinion. Just
point.
because
And that
our rate
violates the
is.
first law of thermodynamics. That's my point. It can't work. It's impossible.
No, it is possible, and it is so. There's a difference, like you're saying it is impossible because it violates the first law of thermodynamics. I'm saying that it is so, and if it violates the first law of thermodynamics, then we may have misunderstood the first law of thermodynamics, because that is the case, that the Earth is rising at a constant
Can a
rate.
perpetual motion machine exist?
Yeah, I do think perpetual motion machines do exist, because Earth is at a constant rate rising up, and then we can use waves and magnets and stuff like this to get energy. We have the ability to have infinite energy because the Earth is rising up.
No.
You know,
But you see, this is the
no.
issue you have. You're saying we can violate the first law because I believe the Earth rising up. It sounds just like a glober. We can have space because I believe gravity.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, like, I'm not a glomy, and I don't believe in gravity. I don't know again to what medium that we are going into, and it's irrelevant to the topic, anyways.
No, but
Because
I'm just
I'm
giving you the
asking the same
equivalence. I'm telling you, this is what globies do. They claim they can have space because they believe in gravity, not because gravity is a thing. It's because they believe it. You claiming you can violate the first law of thermodynamics because you believe the Earth is rising.
I know so.
As a truther, you
I know that the Earth is rising.
Look, let me put it this way. As a truther, you're supposed to say, hang on, my belief violates natural law. Maybe my belief isn't true.
Maybe your belief
not the
isn't
belief
true.
on natural law isn't, not how natural law works isn't true because it violates my belief. You might as well be a glober then.
I'm not a globing.
You
I'm
might
not a
as
glober.
well be, because you got the same belief system as them. You got the
And I'm not.
same level of scrutiny.
No, I think I follow evidence and demonstrable reality, and I think I'm closer to the truth, according to my opinion, of course. Again, I could be completely wrong, and if I am more than happy to recant that. Okay, so it is what it is. So we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this topic, that the Earth is stationary or not.
I agree.
All right.
I'm definitely
So
not gonna
any
change
other
your
topic?
mind.
So anything else that you want to address regarding myself and the TFE and whatever else?
I would just like Z to come and have a discussion with me sometime. So if you want to organize on your channel,
Well,
I'm more than happy to let you do it.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but like, if you want to talk to Z, you are more than welcome to go on his stream, because
Z
like
knows.
he
Z knows
actually
what's going
comes
on.
on around.
Z knows what's going on.
What's that?
Z knows what's going on, and like I said, he can always if he's too scared to come onto me, he can go onto your show. I'm more than happy to talk there. Doesn't bother me.
Well, you're gonna have to coordinate with him and leave a comment on his channel or whatever. And I don't speak for Z. Z speaks for himself, and I'm only here to represent myself in regards to, So you called me out, so I am here to talk to you.
Cool. Well, that's
Okay?
all we needed to do. But thank you.
All right.
So I appreciate it. Man.
So I have one more, couple more questions. I just want to have some clarification. Like, I'm just kind of curious, and this is something that's been kind of bothering me. Like, you got donated a camera that you're going to use for your
No, I never got
stream,
donated
and
a
I'm
camera.
just out of curiosity.
I bought a camera. They donated money for my camera, and I do actually use it, by the way. How do you think I did observations as well?
And it's okay. So that's the 4K camera.
No, it can take photos in 4K.
And can I just ask you how much you paid for it?
It was a second hand, so I paid 950 Rand.
How much?
It's in Rand, so I don't know how much it is. What you get paid in dollars, so I don't know. But it's second hand. I bought it at a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. Let me put it this way. The Globies that moan about it, if you wanted me to get a better camera, why didn't you chip in and give me more money to get a better camera?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, Flatzoid. And then if you don't have any thing that you want to add, then we can call it an evening.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate coming on.
Alrighty.
Cheers.
You have a good one. I hope we can fix the sound audio, because that audio was very difficult for me to listen to you, because you're coming in very muffled. I'm not sure.
Just doesn't let me change anything.
Alrighty.
Okay. Cheers, man.
Well.
Bye. Wow.
Doesn't he realize that in order for that effect of an upward rising Earth to work, that the Earth would have to be in continuous acceleration upward in order to achieve that? And by this point in time, would be going many, 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 many times the speed of light. Because it would have to be exponential.
And yeah, but that's what I already said that. He just didn't accept it. And then when I tried to explain to him, okay, but then if it's constant, it's violating the first law. Oh no, but then we don't understand the first law. It's like,
oh my God, I know. Anything to eat that fucking upward rising Earth shit. It's like, what kind of a cult? And I'm glad they have it. I'm glad they have it, because that's separating the wheat from the tares right there. Absolutely. Get the fuck out of here with that stupidness. I mean, wow. You don't detect any no movement with interferometers. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing,
But you see, but that's what I was like. that's my whole point of the thing. They might as well be globers. They got exactly the same belief. I believe gravity can violate the second law, so therefore I got space. He believes my upward moving Earth can violate the first law, so therefore it's like what's wrong with these people?
Granted, we don't know what the sun and moon that is, but when you were asking them back, where's it going? How's it happen? Where's the energy come from? We don't know. 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 But of course, you don't know because it doesn't happen.
But yeah, I just want to quickly read the super chats out. Thank you very much for the super chats, guys. You guys rock. Roger Ledwell, whoo, thank you for a membership. You rock. And Matthew Eastman, the Bible is only a few thousand years old. Give the world a chance to catch up. Thank you very much. Roger Ledwell for a $2 just with up, 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 down, down. Just saying. And then 4 Jacks for gifting a membership as well. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys rock. You awesome. Sorry. There we go. But yeah, it's simple, guys. There is no evidence for anything they claim with the upward rising Earth. It's just literally founded on retardation.
Exactly. Yes. Oh my God. I listened to it and entertained the idea, listened and watched all the shit, and I was like, well, that's just stupid.
But that's always but that's just like when you ask me, how do you know it's stationary? It's like
no evidence of any movement.
And then he tried to.
I don't see this thing wanting to swing down to the ground, which it would if I was continuously accelerating. You would know that. You would feel the fucking acceleration, but you don't.
Of course you would.
That's the worst, guys.
But yeah,
hey, I can finally speak. I didn't want to interrupt. Hello, everyone. Guys, look, for example, atheists. Yeah, I don't know if this guy is atheist or not. But for example, atheists are saying, "Oh, you believe in stuff, you believe in things, you believe in God, and so on. There's no proof, and so on." But I just came to the freaking conclusion and gathered some thoughts. Atheists, they have 6 miracles they believe in, and they don't even realize that they believe in miracles. Because for them it's normal. So let's say they say that the existence comes from the non-existence, yes? That's what I claim. I claim existence comes from God. So
something from nothing, yeah.
Order of chaos, yeah? Order of chaos. Order from chaos. It doesn't. Yeah. Chaos creates chaos. Order is order. You can't freaking spin it. But they say, and I was using exactly this argument, on one of the chats on YouTube. I was speaking with the atheist, and I can clearly see responses are from the chat GPT, I was like, next time, try to hide it in a way, because it's clearly from chat GPT, because no normal human being would be able to come up with such BS as you did, I'm laughing my ass off. I was like, thanks, goodbye, Right. So I said, what, 2, 3, 2. They say as well that life comes from non-life. I said life comes from God. So next time when you see rock, say hello, daddy.
Yeah,
that's what they claim mainly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course. But it goes further than that. It's not even rock. It was rock. It was. I mean, exactly right. Rock got rained on for like billions of years and become a prebiotic soup.
This guy you were talking with, you had chat with him. He's atheist. He's Catholic, Christian. What's his faith?
He's New Age, I would say.
Okay. So yeah, that would be, so. Yeah, he would believe in the.
He doesn't really ascribe to anything. He's more just like, I believe there's a creator God. I don't know who he is, but we all have life force.
Yeah, I know that the Earth is upward rising. I don't think it is. I know it is. How do you know that? Because of a fucking water bottle in a bubble? Are you kidding me? Look at this slinky. Look at this slinky. Yeah, it's wanting to go back because of the memory at the same time as it's falling. What is so difficult to understand about that?
But you heard him. He thinks there is a such thing as a perpetual motion machine.
How can you say that?
There is, so he's
And
supposed to be
his
perpetual
reasoning
modular.
for that is because upward rising Earth.
So it's the same as what the Globers do. Circular thinking.
Yep. That's why I'm like, yeah, all the people that want to go with that, go over there.
But yeah,
Go
Jeff
over there.
Gaston, you tried to imply that I scammed you all for money. If I scammed you for money, would I have bought a camera?
No.
You're getting so personal about the camera anyway. It's nothing to do with him.
The only ones moaning about it are the Globies and now Natch, obviously. But like I said, if they have an issue,
Don't mind them.
let's put it this way. If you have an issue with my camera, give me more money and I'll get a better camera. How's that?
Yeah.
Exactly. Once I was living with the guy, and he was working on a construction site. No, not like a guy, just friend, yeah. And he they were destroying buildings or something, and he got like an industrial camera, and he was sitting on chatting with girls and so on, women, and the view you could see it was like a freaking HD, and it was like 10 years ago. It was awesome, man. He somehow connected that, to the computer. I was like, how do we do that? And he just tinker it and connect. Man, that was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Madness. And then when you were looking around, and it was like, yeah, it's stationary, and he's trying to explain to you, yes, but Flats, everything's moving up at the same time because your table's there, the table, it's all moving up. Yes, we understand what you're trying to say.
I feel uplifted now.
Right. Funny.
It's crazy. Yeah, well, that was it. Now I'd like to see Z come at us.
But this guy had some knowledge. I can admit he had some good arguments, but unfortunately,
I dare Z.
Not everything.
I dare Z to click my link. I dare him. I dare you.
Have you not realized Z calls us out, but he's too chicken shit to actually talk to us?
Well, he looks like a member of the tribe, so that would stand to reason. You know what I mean?
I got a Fujifilm Finepix. It actually takes very nice video, by the way. But yeah, I guess I need to go sleep.
What does that turn out? 20 degrees. It warmed up.
Oh, nice.
That's Fahrenheit, so I don't know what that turns out to be Celsius. It's below 0 Celsius. I know that.
Dude, look at that. Flats, you got a big old super chat.
What?
Big old super chat.
Thank you for the 500. What? 500 USD?
No, it's dollars.
What? No, that's insane,
dollars.
man.
I don't know. It's dollars, dude.
Thank you very much, Justin. He says, okay, here you go. More equipment, rent, or whatever else you need, bro.
Bless you, bro, man.
Wow,
Justin,
I have no...
You're a star.
Dude, that's insane. Thank you very much. That is just...
Star.
Yes. Justin, what...
Go over to SSUM. Go over to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, too. Don't forget.
See, that shows you when you're putting in the truth and you're trying to do the best you can, you get blessed.
Wow, that's insane, man. But that's a huge amount.
You didn't ask for anything or anything like that. It came to you. You know what I mean?
That's a huge amount. Thank you very, very much, man. I can't begin to tell you how much.
That's a brilliant help. Same as me the other night. Gregory B came into my Rumble chat and he says, "Oh, I didn't get a thank you from PJ for that PayPal I got him." He didn't.
But that's going to help a lot because I need to get a hard drive. You know how I'm struggling to make videos because I literally create a video and I remove other things so I can finish the video to render it, and then I have to do it again the next video because I have no space. So I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to get a hard drive.
Too right. Yeah,
really appreciate it, man.
Gregory B blessed me like that. He came in and said, I didn't get a thank you from PJ for the PayPal I get him. I said, I didn't get a PayPal from him. And I showed him. He says, I promise I didn't give it. He sent me $150, but he must have done it wrongly. So I showed him, and I said, look, I didn't get it from him. He sent me straight there and then. And I was like, you didn't have to do that, bro. You know what I mean? Fair play. And someone else, American Off-Grid, sent me PayPal at the same time. Bless them as well.
But yeah, again, thank you very much, Justin. I can't thank you enough, man. Insane.
I have uploaded on my channel a recent video of the Nicholson, 1968. This guy has pretty deep knowledge. You can watch it later if you want. Club of Rome, and I have all of his videos uploaded on my channel. This guy has really next level knowledge in a matter of scripture and the connections, transhumanism, and so on.
You should have given the money to Witty. He needs them more. Yeah, remember, Whitsett said he only got $5 in Antarctica.
You can go to Wits and say, I bet you $500 now. It's
Yeah, I'm not a betting man, though.
He's usually
I don't
5,000. No, he's usually 5,000, isn't he? No, I wouldn't gamble. I'll buy a few scratch cards here and there, but in general, I don't gamble. You know, I don't go to the bookies and all that kind of stuff.
I tried once, and I won I think it was enough to buy a loaf of bread.
I remember one time I worked in this store, and these girls that worked in there, they were hooked on those scratch off lottery tickets. I call it the idiot tax. Anyway, it was like, hey, Dave, you ought to get one of those tickets. And I was like, nope. I said, I learned my lesson. And this time those tickets was only $1, right? I said, I learned my lesson. I bought one of them tickets and I lost. So I'm out $1. So finally they talked me into it, you know, and I said, okay. So I bought a ticket. And sure as hell, if I didn't win $2, they said, see there you go. Are you going to get another one? I said, hell no. I just broke even on the $1 I lost the last time I played it. I'm not getting in that mess again.
So do you guys think I should get another camera, a proper camera?
It's entirely up to you.
Because I'll probably be able to afford one with that.
So it's called taxing the dreams.
If you do, what would you do with that one? Would you pawn it to get some more money towards it, or
No,
just
I'll keep this one because I use it. It's actually, it doesn't do bad.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
But then I'll get maybe like a Canon EOS or something.
It's entirely up to you, man. It's
I see they're not. I can pick up a good secondhand for not bad. But yeah, if anybody else has any idea which ones to get, just let me know. Which is a good, affordable.
It's about that banner. It's about 450. If it's about a 425, I would say banner. But you've got to remember, YouTube take a lump of that as well. So it won't be that amount completely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a Fujifilm Finepix S1500 600. It makes it really. It doesn't do bad for such an old camera. I'm surprised. The only thing I would fault in it is if you take video, you can't zoom in and out. So you must already zoom in before you take video.
Okay.
Photo is very good. I think this type of camera is a good camera for someone who's starting off to do camera work. You can learn on it quite well. Nikon P1000. That's gonna go to like 23 grand, yeah. So that's
they're quit making them.
Yeah.
Signed a deal with NASA.
Yeah, let's see. The cheapest one I can get now used is 16,000 rand. Insane.
Brian Shuka says, "Hi Flatzoid, don't forget you will need a lens for the Canon camera."
Also, yeah, that's without the lens. That's why it makes it so expensive as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger Little, for your $2. It says, Justin, you rock. I concur. Thank you very, very much, man.
Absolutely, man.
But yeah, if you guys have any ideas on what kind of camera I should look at getting, let me know. Obviously, one that's not going to cost too much. Because I definitely want to get a hard drive as well.
Aye.
Need a hard drive. But yeah, thank you very much. Still hitting me a bit. Okay, so what do you guys have to say? Do you guys shows going on?
I've got one tomorrow. I've got one tomorrow at 2 p.m. I was thinking about doing that. something tonight, be a boxing documentary or something. But I'm not set on that. I'm not saying that. Yeah, but tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow, and yeah, I mean, it was more of a conversation you had. If it was a debate, you would have mollicated him because he knew not enough. And it's just silly to even think about. I can't believe people are taking it seriously. Seriously, can't believe they're taking it seriously. It must be how a glober initially feels about a flat earther, you know. It's what?
No, Justin, don't send. You send enough, man. You sent enough, man. Thank you very much. Wow. But you're having a show later?
I think I've got the bird flu, man. I might not. I don't know. We'll see what happens, how I feel later. I'm going to try to drink some turmeric milk and see if I can get back. But I'm just like, I don't know. I'm detoxing somehow.
You do sound a little stuffy.
Yeah, it wasn't much fun this morning. I got up and it was like 11 degrees outside. I had to go to work. Luckily, I only have about a minute and a half commute to where we're working at. And, you know, it was pretty light shit that we had to do. It was all trim work. And now we're taking down some cabinets. And we had some new cabinets delivered that we're going to put up in this place. The more we do, the more we find that needs to be done. And that's what I find. That's what I told Mike, the guy I'm working for. I says, that's what happened when I did my basement, man. I says, you think you got it all worked out, but you're going to find shit and you're going to end up going, damn it, I'm going to have to do this here now too. And I got to do this.
Yeah, you've got to. Yeah, you've got.
Started out just cleaning up the place so that new people can move in. But you let two carpenters loose in a place like that, and we're going to start having ideas.
I just say thank you, Sandra, for your £2. He says, blast the super chat, show your appreciation. Just hit the likes and share. That's all you need to do. But thank you very much, man. You guys rock. Okay, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end you.
Okay, no, what?
I'll see you all tomorrow night. It was exciting.
It was a decent enough conversation. He's just, I'm incredulous to it. I really don't understand how grown men can believe it's continually going up.
I don't think he understands that it would have to be continuous acceleration. I think that's where his roadblock's at. And like I said, that would mean that the Earth is now traveling upward in excess of multiple light years.
Well, I do hope he looks into the equipment used for skydiving, because he obviously was not under the comprehension that you are able to measure acceleration down. Because he only gets the information from Dal that, accelerometers you can't use, it shows 0, so therefore you can't measure acceleration. And that's what they all base everything on. They don't understand there is other ways to measure.
Yeah, those things are cool. What they've got them set up so that they're like on your leg. It's strapped to your leg. And what'll happen with this thing, like if you get knocked out coming out of the plane or something, when you get to a certain altitude, if you've not pulled your ripcord yet, it will pull for you. It just does it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's in case someone blacks out. It has a safety. So it tells you how fast you're going and what feet you are above the ground. If you're not pulling after a certain, it pulls automatically. It's actually very interesting.
That's why when we used to jump in the military, you have a static line. And you strap up to this cable. And then when you go to the door and you jump out, that strap pulls your ripcord. Your chute is deploying as soon as you go out the plane. Whop, it's done. Next guy, count to 3. Done, like that. You try to judge it at 500 feet, you're not going to do very well, man.
You were jumping from the back or from the side?
With some low-level jumps, you have to do that. The longer you're in the air, even though it's against Geneva Convention, they're going to shoot you while you're floating down, man. That's all there is to it.
So if you were jumping from the back of the plane or from the side of the plane?
I jumped from the side of the plane.
Okay, so you needed to have a big jump, yeah?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get to the freaking side of the plane, yeah.
Yeah, I never did out one of those ones that the back opens up like a ramp and shit. Those
are easier.
Those they don't use those in jump school. I don't know, maybe they do now, but I wasn't wanting to be in an airborne unit. I just wanted the wings so I could wear those cool boots with my uniform.
Was your pilot switching off the motors, engines, so the plane was fucking going down? Like
No.
your stomach was going up to your freaking mouth.
No.
That was fun, man.
You just go out, and I'll tell you what, man. That's you're all hyped up, you're ready for it, and everything like that. You see the guys in front of you get up to the door, and you see a guy go out. It's a different story when you get to the door.
Yeah,
it's like, no, this is a completely unnatural act, and you hesitate just for a minute, and they just push you.
Yeah, kicking the ass. Literally, as with the guy who is literally switching off the engines, and plane just drop down like a few hundred meters, and you literally feel your freaking stomach in your fucking nostrils.
Yeah. Listen, if I hadn't, if my chute hadn't opened on that first jump, because they pushed me, they pushed me out, man. I hesitated. They pushed me, and if my chute hadn't opened up, I would have went straight through the earth to hell just for the torrent of obscenities that I was screaming until that chute deployed. It seemed like it took a month for that fucking thing to open up. I was like, oh.
Did you think it wasn't going to open?
Oh my God, yeah, because time goes by so slow. You can see the rivets in the side of the plane on the way down.
One of the the thousands of jumps, he died during the jump. But you can't just get Darwin Awards just for jumping off the plane, and you just die. He did so many jumps that he fucking forgot to take his parachute on the back.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Yeah.
Wow. It was so common for him to have it on his thing. Wow.
Well, that's the thing. You check each other. You check each other out. Each person checks the other guy's equipment, man. That's just
the best way is to roll the parachute yourself because you trust yourself.
You have to. Yeah. They made us roll our own parachutes.
That's how it should be done.
Safety.
Hello, you water worshippers. Hello.
Okay. So yeah, guys, sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow night for another awesome stream. Many blessings, and may the press with you. And again, thanks very much. Help me choose a camera.
Again, Pope hand.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah,
crafted signs of the divine. I'm made for something true. In God's plan, my path renewed. Fly, earth.